In the year 1493, Christopher Columbus made me so a huge mass of land. It was green so high and dim. It was Sunday, a lovely day, and blue as the sea and sky. We lived in new land, Dominica, was the home of Lady Bride. Nuni belle la di country, nuni chiti kama so se bon, mene come tu risule, mene plilaja, e babite yo pono mi kodu, babite yo pono mi kodu. Adversaries were not friendly, strangers away, for a long time this land was theirs, for no one else wanted to stay. But now today we can be free, and the land belongs to all. We'll make all land a happy dream, and all will be welcome to all. Nene nuni country, nuni chipi kwa koso semo, mene kwame turisule, kumene pilaza, e babite yo pono mi kodu, babite yo pono mi kodu. When the British heard of this place, they came to settle in. They brought Africans to our soil, the Caribs were to stay within. French people brought to northern land, so they came with a mind and will. Though the British want back the land, the French countries they will still. Nuni belle, nuni country, nuni chipi kama so se bon, mene come tu risule, kumene pilaja, e babite yo pono mi kodu, babite yo pono mi kodu. Yes, after you we live on, it is in the wind and rain, French, Carib, Africa, British, we are unique, oh yes, my friend. Now we are all our own at last, no one else must push us from, we are going to be a great nation, for children a brighter throne. Nuni belle, nuni country, nuni chipi kama so se bon, mene come tu risule, kumene pilaja, e babite yo pono mi kodu, babite yo pono mi kodu. Nuni belle, nuni country, nuni chipi kama so se bon, mene come tu risule, kumene pilaja, e babite yo pono mi kodu, babite yo pono mi kodu, babite yo pono mi kodu, babite yo pono mi kodu.
Pa kite yo pon Dominic Arnou. Ay, bon Dieu. Just told that they can't say it any better than that. Why is it
Check si yon ase, a ki yo a nou pale yo pou Dominica nou? Are we talking about the Iranians? Are we talking about the Chinese? Are we talking about the Middle East? What are we talking about? Because that is the question. At one point when we knew who the opponents was and who the oppressors was, we could fight back. But like this song say, le lel mi mwen se moun hot kay mwen men. You cannot fight them, if the enemy is internal, you can't fight the enemy,
Super difficult. Parce que si vous poisonnez, nous ka poisonner tout.
Whole kay la ka mort.
Whole kay la ka mort, so it's tough. Yes, my people, big up to you one time. Thanks for viewing. As you guys know, it's Independence in Dominica and it's the Creole season. So, bon indépendance la Dominique. People in the foreign diaspora, home and abroad, welcome aboard. You know how we stay. We're keeping it real. We're keeping it 100. So, yeah, mon fonti l'amour, oui, just, mon fonti, mon santé, sauti salve, mateni fig, mateni banan. So, usually the idea of independence, we trying to go back in time when all the people would cook was local food and local drink and everything was local. Well, today I have my local calabash. Yeah, I represent in the vibration now. Mm-hmm.
When you in Rome, you have to do like the Romans. I modernize. I coronatize in.
Yes, man, it's a
But yeah,
vibes, it's
man.
a vibes.
Yesterday was my birthday. I ate my Caribbean food, man. Yesterday I make a broth there, so I don't put no food in it. I consider the goat meat as dashing, the lamb as kalalu, and the rabbit as manikuno, man.
That's all. I Miranda, Sakafet, Sakafet.
And
Thanks
I
for
ma- and I
joining us.
bubble it, my brother. I bubble it. I make it happen. Anyway,
Easy.
big up my people down, so big up my people up, so big up my people over there. So you don't know. Those at home and abroad. Those patriots, them Dominicans to the bone, them Dominicans with their eyes open and willing to teach and willing to spread the information and willing to help another brother climb up a step on the ladder. You know, right now because those days there is time of oppression, serious time when you don't know if somebody's stretching their hands out, if they're stretching their hands out to help you, or if they're stretching their hands out to take advantage of you. So we have to be careful. We have to be careful. Make sure we're looking out for one another
You don't know.
because many hands make light work.
All the time.
Yeah. And
So
you have
just
to
to
make sure that you're willing to work.
just so that you know, jodi se jodi yete jounen Creole la Dominique la, tout moun de ka pale Creole. So jodi ane sam nou pale pli Creole pou se moun na ki sa kompon Creole. But in the meantime, between time, happy belated birthday. And
Yeah,
today
man.
is a big wedding in Delices. So we have two big families in Delices who get married, which is our first cousin Chanel and Lambert, which is also my cousin. So congratulations to them. And by now they're gonna be in the photo my school having a ball of a time. I just hope everybody wear the masks and everybody stay safe. You don't know we're still in the corona season. Other than that, hats off to two young people joining hands together to live a happy and prosperous life. And I wish them God's blessing and
Well,
strength.
I just putting it out there straight. It's not every two young people that come together that cannot put a plan together. So I say it to the parents out there, when your children tell you they like who they like the fact that your child can have an idea of who they like and what they like,
That's all. Easy day.
and
Makes
try
sense.
to be supportive instead of being objective.
Yes, man.
Because at the end of the day, when you see they take a bus on a plane and they go, when they come back with their bag of koshoni, I don't even say their bag of man and their bag of woman, their bag of koshoni, and they put it on all the doorstep. All you doesn't want to say nothing, all you doesn't want to talk about them.
That stranger.
But when is the devil, you want to point your finger.
You don't want that in front of you in the doorstep, man.
Mm.
Mm.
So it's best you accept the devil than the
You
one you
know.
don't know.
Yes,
Because at
man.
the end of the day, they've made it a long way.
Yeah, man.
Them two come together and they come together and they stay together and they're working together. And they come into achievements that a lot of us and a lot of other people couldn't reach. So we have to
Yeah,
respect
man.
them for that and compliment them on that. Yeah, we have to do that.
You ready, Justo?
Yeah, man.
I mean,
So congratulations to the new Hilaire family, man.
Yes,
I,
man.
I, I, I don't like to tell you to have a bigger man than Jarvis today.
Boy, ooh, yeah, man. Jarvis here. Yeah, man. I
I
do
don't
want
care.
Sakafet,
I don't
Sakafet.
care. I don't care what Scratchy say. He can never feel bigger than Jarvis today.
No boy, no boy, no boy, no boy, Jarvis.
Jarvis whole world in action today, man.
Yes,
You're mad,
man.
yeah,
Good
man.
vibes, good
So
vibes.
once again, congratulations to them, man. And that is another way forward for the future to enlighten others now and to do something different.
Yes, man. So just to
Having a
Dominica
child
is
is
now.
one thing. Sleeping in family is another thing.
Yeah, man.
But when that man decides, you know what, he want to be with you. As a man, you don't have nothing more we can do for a woman than marry them. Once a man marry you, don't look for nothing else. You don't have nothing else. I tell my madam that every time.
Yeah, man. It's
I marry you
because,
already, don't ask you for nothing else.
but just to the institution of marriage, let's stay a little bit about that. There are men who will stay with women for 50 years, all their life, and not get married to them.
But I
And at
don't
the end of the
necessarily.
day, this is just a ceremony to tell the whole community, this is my wife, Because in the beginning, because at the end of the day, you sign a piece of paper, but before paper, what did they have? They would just get married, right? They know, okay, this is your wife, and this is my wife, and this is your wife.
Mhm.
This is the boundaries. But people were still crossing those boundaries. And if they came to the point where they realized, you know what, if we have a signed document, this woman, if this man dies, she can get his property and she can get rights to it. Because before that, his family would come and fight for it and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
because
Women
because
needs
that piece of paper now certifying that that two has actually become one.
yes, man. Yeah.
Because all the while you there, you have your name, I have my name. How we are one person known, we call, and they
No,
calling
but
us by different names.
that name business, so it came from like a slavery thing, because women were property to the men. So think of it. When you have slaves, all our last names is our slave master's last name. So the wife now became property to the husbands. And some women don't take their husband's last name because of that reason. Because we all own a plantation, we forget our African name, and we become the slave master's name. So we all now carry his name, like the Benjamin, the James, some of the oldest last names in Delices, right? They came from the plantation and they passed down to the people all through the years. And people just agree, okay, because you see, okay, like in Trinidad, there are some Caucasian Benjamins, right? But in Dominica, we have the black versions of them. We have some whites, some Caucasian, and some black ones. I Ivo, Sakafet, Sakafet. And it goes in all directions. I saw some James in California who were black. So I'm telling them my great grandmother was a James, but she is in Dominica, born and raised, right? And she told me, oh, yeah, we have some Caucasian cousins that in America. So, which means the slave masters gave their last names all over. So that ownership business, because in the US, the black man was able to vote before women. So let's not go into that gender war, but let's save this topic for our next time. So we're gonna speak on marriage and the sacrament of marriage and how marriage came about. So let's see. But as of right now, it's Independence time. Let's have a good time. Whoever eat their crab, their seaweed, their kalalu yesterday,
Well,
congratulations to all.
I just want to say, again, I saw Ezra enjoying her lunch.
I know
Lunch,
Joan.
relax, and
Indeed,
enjoying her lunch. So
we,
Ezra, big up yourself on your day out.
yeah.
Big up yourself.
I check in. I was expecting the dong free. I was expecting to see a crab in the plate there. I don't know how the crab will jump in the plate, but it's right down there. Right down there, plenty crab. I
Okay.
know Joe one probably get a little stash from Tisavan, a little something there checking. We I wasn't for the crab. I think where the crab there. Though. It's Independence time. I want to see, but I know it was
Independence
scarce.
time, but at the end of the day, we cannot say based on what, because you have a menu, so you're choosing what you want on your day.
Yeah,
You
you're
know,
absolutely right.
Ezra can go back at home and make us some coach.
Yeah, but the Billy's crab is no.
But
So
anyway,
you know,
so
yeah. So she don't crab.
big up on whatever she feel like that day, man. That day she had options.
Hi,
You
Anne
know,
Marie. Thanks for joining us. Hi,
she had
Alison.
options
Thanks for
that day.
stopping by. Happy Independence. Just though, Dominica is 43 years old. This is a grown ass Dominica. C'est pas un
But
petit enfant encore.
you need to understand, age is just a number. You know,
Oh, Ezra
Dominica,
said she didn't want. Ezra,
Dominica.
what's stolen? Ezra said she didn't want crab.
Yeah, you go. Yeah, you go. And I agree with Ezra. She can
She
go back
tried
at
the
home
crab
and make
when
us
she went
some
home.
coach.
Crab is for people that back in the days when you couldn't do otherwise. You have to eat crab because that's all the people had. So that's why during Independence time, everybody tried to eat local stuff, kalalu. Because anything you put in your kalalu, you cut your little greens and whatever you have in the backyard, you throw in that. You're gonna
What's
want
up?
to be some
Oh,
crab.
sure.
Easy day. Boy, that was good time we just do. And people thought those people were poor, but they were not poor. Those people
My
were
brother,
eating.
$18 for a pound of codfish. We.
You can't afford cutfish, but a crab is going to catch it in the backyard on the bay side. And all Glory told me she went up the pay bush and a crab right in the middle of the road on the pay bush, going up there.
My brother, 18.
Right on the pay bush. So you
Mhm.
telling me, so there's crab everywhere in Dominica right now. And don't forget, you used to go Funquab to get crab. So that mountain coming from Funquab and it joining Pilit in the back.
Yeah,
So we
yeah,
used to go up there and hunt, catch crab during the day with Thomas, the gallery. That was the boss crab catcher in Delices. And we used to, he trained me and Glenn for how to catch the crab out of the holes without killing them. And we put them in the barrel, feed them pepper and zebgo and stuff. Yeah,
fetch them
man.
out, man.
Yes, man, but it's a good stuff, man. But I hope. Okay, we have one listener on YouTube. Big up to you. Please share, like, and subscribe so you can see when we live on. You know, we don't just stick to one thing. We go all over the place. We hit politics. We hit what's happening in the local scene. We hit international news. So just like and subscribe. So I saw Siri just was giving like a documentary with Bakatel and stuff, and it's a shame Siri hasn't gotten like a national recognition. I even ready to nominate Siri as the next parliamentary representative for Bakatel because I not seen Dr. Daru. I seen Siri more. Right now I seen handbag standing up for Granby.
Well, it's so
Tell
it
me.
is now, Brent. You don't actually have to be from the community to nominate the candidate for the community. The Prime Minister
Exactly.
leading by example.
Yeah, man.
So
But
you
just
can
to
just
I am
nominate Siri now.
hold on, let me give you a little background. My great grandmother is from Petit Savan. So I have shares over there. My great grandfather is from Grand Bay. So that whole area that I covered. So that geese came from Laron. So which means I covered on both coasts back and forth, right? So I have right to nominate somebody from the area to represent the people and them. So I saw handbag and I've known handbag for all those years and I'm not even from Grand Bay, right? I born and raised in Delices, right? And I seen handbag as a bus driver handling his vibes and talking on behalf of the people, right? So some people claim that he cannot read or write. If you write his name big on a signboard, he wouldn't see it. But now is the time that he can learn to read and write, but he can represent our people. We had
But
ancestors who
but
didn't know how to read and
Brent,
write. Hold on.
Brent,
And they freed the slaves. They made us independent. They were the ones who would go in a meeting and make sure they get something. Now we have people who can read and write. They go in a meeting, they still come back empty-handed. You giving people apartment and no work for them to stay and do in the country. So right now, soon all those apartments gonna be empty because what are they gonna do? There are young people in you put six apartment in Dailies. At least open the back road so some can open the jungle bay in Dailies. That way Miss Hill Joanne now can go complete it Savannah and go right Dailies and work. Easy day, right? She probably can be the I Alice in Sakafet. But you put it all the way over there and you forgetting that little one in Dailies. You check me? It's that thing was very important in the community. People now could sell their little passion fruit, sell their tangerine, sell their oranges, their pineapples, they're dashing their banana. This is something you're supposed to bring back. But they claim in COVID and things slow and this and that. I totally understand. But yet still we have to put it in place. The road can be there, the road will go in no place. And it's just one bridge we're missing. So I saw Siri had a video with the bridge in by the distillery in Petit Savan getting completed, but they didn't pave the both sides of it. They just paved, they put the bridge. So that's probably they're gonna resurface the whole thing when they finish the other bridge by Auntie Molina, which is both of us great grand auntie. She died at what 105 just to. There's
yeah.
longevity in our family, so perhaps we might just go up there. And she was a guest because she was telling me their father was a guest. Obviously, so all the geese in Petit Savan are pretty much related to us. So Joanne might be related to us just to.
Et pour tu pas jamais taper en femme à bas, man.
Pas dit ça tout fort avant Montano.
But anyway, you have to understand how the thing set those days. Yeah. The people that can read and write, the people that we did look up to, the people that used to stand for the community and the people are the ones now putting their down in the book and those speaking.
They don't speak in. Hi
They
Ashma.
don't
They don't speak
speaking.
in. We put in no think of it just too. Grande is a community we know is a cultural icon of Dominica. People know leaders has emerged from Granby. Why not give a young man, a young woman from Granby an opportunity to
But
step up
Brent,
to the plate
Brent, Granby used to be the cultural center capital, the cultural
of
capital.
Dominica? Of
It,
Dominica.
but it not that no more. Granby don't even have
Yes.
a cultural center.
Hi Ila, Sakafet, welcome to the live. Wow, just so you cannot break down the people like that. This was the area in Dominica. When you say something, we need to change this grand bit starting. When the people burn down the Geneva Estate and agree that not right, let's fix it. And then Dominica follows suit. So I believe that is where probably slavery started, the revolution and them started. You check me? All them neck man when they were rebel. So all of a sudden now they just take away the manhood from Granby and say, no, Granby don't have no leader. We have to import somebody from Venezuela to come represent the people in Granby. Sapa right.
Grand
I know enough
Granby
young
Grand
people in Granby that are capable of managing the business. So when Austria come and say, oh, l'argent want pe Granby, l'argent want pe Granby, ça you fait avec ma connect. That is
no, but
BS
the
level.
question you have to ask yourself now, if money come in Granby, that means money come in Vegas too.
It come
And
exactly.
money go in Penville too. And money come in Lapland too.
People not seeing it. So
So we are
what
the
is happening?
money.
Where the money going? Although not doing it for the people, who are doing it for? Or people are dead, or people are underground. So this is what the people do, and they're looking like handy dandy. Prince, Vince Henderson have been in the government. What has he done for the people? And
No,
back
no,
then
no,
he
no,
was
no,
in
no, no, no,
education.
no. I need to take over the Vin situation.
Mm.
That is my field. Don't go in that.
Yeah. Wait, Bonzi, Bonzi.
There has never been a better decision made for the people of Granby and Dominica in their whole life, you know. My brother, Granby going on 20 years. Their government in power. They're going on over 30 years supporting the same party, you know. And what have any of the Labour Party done for Granby?
Though, what that baffles me is they used the government money when United Workers Party was in power and they built a high school in Granby, right? The one that was up there was built under Patrick John time, I understood,
Mhm.
right? So they built that new one. They named it after Pierre Charles. They didn't even say, you know what, let's name it after anybody else. After Pierre Charles, right? But now that this is done. Let's put a jetty in Granby. Let's put a wharf there so the fishermen and them or bigger boats can come into Granby. Granby, when you have buses going up and down, Granby have plenty movement in it. When agriculture, on a Saturday morning, when you see Granburians in the market, and I went in the market and I couldn't see people from Granby in the market. I pulled on Mount Prosper, Granby, Eccleston. Those places used to be covered
Brent,
with
Brent,
farmers. You're
Brent,
telling me stripping the people and them of the
Brent,
only thing they have?
Granby Secondary School I attended for some years.
Here we
And
go.
let me tell you, it didn't have a happier day than a Friday for them school children in Granby.
Yeah.
Because Friday night they getting to walk up and down Roseau like big man and woman just because they're supposed to be guarding the market for their mother, you know. But
Why?
that was
Why?
their excuse to go Roseau and pretend like they are free enough. Market they have to be, but they up
Why
and
is
down
it
Roseau.
Harry? Good joining. Hi, Margaret.
But
Thanks for coming to the line.
my
Like
question
and
is
share. Like and
and
share.
the other reason I say there haven't been a better decision made on the behalf of the Granby people is that the government has never done nothing for Granby.
So now they want to take out the last little
Vince
thing they have.
Vince Vince Henderson has never done nothing for St. Joseph for the
What
two
does it do
years he
for
was
Dominica
there.
now?
No, he
No,
was the parallel for St. Joseph.
as a minister of youth and sports and education, what did he do in education for Dominica? Ah, yeah, we
No,
don't want
Brent,
it
no,
there.
you're going too wide.
Parlez.
You're spreading the net too wide.
But
He was a parallel for
Arnou
St. Joseph
was
for 2 years. What did he do?
yeah.
Nothing. So the only place Palrep doesn't do nothing for their people is Grand Bay. So St. Vince Grand Bay, he already don't do nothing.
But you do say Lamun PAL rep come. So when you do the calculation, how many PAL reps from which continuity that passing away? So Grand Bay is the highest likelihood of you passing away. This of waving slap with more. Is you something fair?
But
You last
Brent,
ever. Remember say
is
though.
when you die, you are a legend, you know.
Kaso moe omon mete o bouteille glou. Yo jik mete boys lan la bouteille glou. Kino
And
yam
water.
Eddie.
And they must were free.
Wait, esa one this just to
The Brent.
Tu fe nom la man. His mother said he was a sacrificial lamb. More Father Branca foot to you fire because you guys just he is sacrificing himself to assist the people. But although to pressurize him to the point where he's had to have to give up, you guys fought Pierre Charles to the point although drew him to his grave. Look now, Olu did the same thing to Edridges. How many more people are you guys gonna pressure into their graves? This is when the government, okay, this is not your mother money or your father money. This is the country's money. He did something that was wrong. You say, hey, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. You don't come healing me and the person like he's your child. But I've told people over and over again, Scarrett has no friend, no loyalty to anybody. If he like you today, he like you, he'll give you possession. But tomorrow, if he don't like you, he cut you off. And this is what dictatorship is. By telling the people, oh, this is my recommendation to you, and you tell me what you feel. No, 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 no. This is not how it works. You come to the people and say, hey, we have a vacant position. Give me your recommendations. When I see your recommendation,
Brent,
I'll tell you, hey, listen, the ones you submitted, they don't meet the criteria, but this person is better suited because of X, Y, and Z. You went along and picked your person, and Austria knew everything already, and Austria Langsal come in there. I have never seen such a disgraceful minister of government in my entire life. And he's like, you telling me this is what we are capable of? If Austria can stand up, Handbag can stand up and be the parrot for St. Joseph. And I will go down to Dominica and I will ensure that Handbag is the man for Grand Bay. Because he right now said his ladder, and ladder is very transparent. Right? He's up and you can see everything in a ladder. Straight up. You need to get a collar, get this campaign going, and we in full swing being Handbag. There is no way you're telling me you can just dehumanize the people like that.
Brent,
I understand Gandhi was very violent before. And when Pechas became the prime minister, the people calmed down a little bit and there's not that much violence again. But you're just telling me you just take out all the manhood from the Gandhi people. That
Brent,
is not right. You can't take a foreigner from Venezuela and come and represent the people. He don't know where Lali is. He don't know where to begin. He don't know
but,
where to start.
but Brent, you misunderstanding. He don't have to represent them. They don't need representation.
It's a thing, Dewey. You put some rep. Why you saying Max?
They need
Big up,
somebody
big
to
up, big
occupy.
up.
They just need somebody to occupy this space, you know.
Give a young person in Gandhi the chance. Give
But
because
listen
when
to
you
that.
get
Listen to that,
stand
Brent.
up.
Brent,
Mm-hmm.
it's me that have schoolmates grandbaby. And let me tell you what them school children are saying.
Mm-hmm.
The talk on the block
Mm-hmm.
was packet going up for Granby.
Right.
But now packet come out now
Mm-hmm.
and make a public statement saying that he would not be putting himself in that position because he's spoken to his family and they advise him that they need him and that would not be a good position for him and their
Right.
lifestyle. What the talk on the block them school children are saying is
Mm-hmm.
the prime minister sent a message for him and tell him to put that speech outside.
Why?
Put that speech outside. It have more profit for you if you don't step into that position.
Yes, I.
Because Packet make his whole life in youth division. Since I know
Youth,
Packet is
yeah,
for youth
youth.
division, you know.
Yep, youth. So
Packet could probably go up for Delices and still win, you know.
you will still win X.
Because
You absolutely
everybody
right.
know Packet.
Everybody know packet.
So they tell me they put a stick in Packet spokes and tell him that talk that in the law with there, you need to kill that. You need to
Wait.
kill that talk. And so the
Why?
man had to come out publicly and make that speech and then say he's never had a conversation like that with the prime minister. It wasn't confirmed. It wasn't
Yeah.
a request. It was the people asking for him.
Yeah.
And after he said that, the prime minister come out and say, you know what? I put in a babash fig to stand up for you. It will not flower. It will not produce. Then it just go in and stay there, pooey and smell.
Yeah. This is
Because
for health reasons.
don't you way.
Ah. Yeah, so no packet said it's health reasons. I understand that. But there are other young people in Granby. So when I told one of the policemen that guarded Scarrett over the years, right? What's his name? Kazimi. Right? Hey, jump in, Cabral. Bro, you are more than capable of jumping in. There are multiple people he could bring in. The fact that contribute to the rumors is there. No, nobody rumors. So passa bene Vince Gwabi. Mungabe, you fini. O passa
Bro,
de mo kabi no eton jot Venezuela, vini Gwabi. Dubut passe moun na. Nom na pa kit dubut ba moun Gwabi. Nom sa pa ka weste Gwabi, he passi pose. And I've never heard that in the history of Dominica. So why they make Simeon Albert go up in Granby? Simeon great grandfather come out in that area. Simeon do have a position. Vincent Essen was in Granby.
Simeon
They
will go
dumped him
back and
out.
start telling Sue. Simeon will go back and start telling Sue. Do you remember Simeon used to tell Sue everything? Hunter says Simeon used to tell Sue everything. When they meet behind closed door in Mount Bro, Sue running she mouth. Brent, the thing is, Granby doesn't need representation. Granby needs the image of representation. So anybody you put there,
Just hold on. Ashma is saying the story about Packet is not true. So
But
sometimes Ashma, the actuality, what they tell you is what they want you to know. I saw some people making posts about let's move on.
no,
My
the
full
question,
support
no, the
behind
question
this.
is which story that's not
Which
true,
story? Because he will tell you one thing, but on the side there is that is what the government say they wanted. They want Vince Henderson in a dictatorship.
The
The
government
government
don't say that,
tells the
scary
people
that say
what
that.
is good for you. That is not supposed to happen. Let the people decide among themselves who is best suited to represent the people. Because
But
these
Brent,
people have been an independent people for their entire life. And now you're telling me you're just dehumanizing them by telling them, look, suck it up and be babies. Isa sa nakalito na pwede na bala. Say mo na say gamun. Say mo na celebrate and gonna be the capital, cultural capital of Dominica. Cannot provide a young man or woman to represent the community. That is absolutely wrong, wrong, wrong on all areas, all facets of understanding. You cannot do that to young people. When handbag is gonna win, gonna be hands down. It's either the people are gonna be do vote or when the people vote, handbag going to win because
but
they
Brent,
can see him back every day and tell him a pothole there, let us fix that.
but Brent,
And that is where Dominica can take
every
back.
time you listen to a government, a sitting government campaigning, they sounding like a new party.
And we're going to do this, we're going to do
When
that 20 years.
how do you have the acting prime minister telling you that they have always had a leadership problem in
Problem
Granby?
in Grand Bay. You had the
So
original
so you're
picture.
telling me the government never see they had a leadership problem? They
Then you
keep
have this,
picking the
this
same
Charles.
set of koshoni, same set of garbage, the same set of rubbish, and having the people under the illusion that they're going to him when they know that the
Titus, I
leaders and the
say
people is
big
not
up to
good
you
or
one
suitable.
time. Big up to you, Titus. What's up, Fox? Big up, big up, big up. So just to all they want to do is to win
So
it
it's wicked them
apparently.
and wicked.
It's wicked, they're wicked. It's win they want to win. Once they win, and they're inside there, they don't care about anything else or anybody else. Because there's no way you're telling me you're stripping Granby of their manlyhood or their womanlyhood. A young man from Granby needs to be the parent of Granby, not somebody from St. Joseph. Okay, you go ambassador for Dominica in Canada, right? You're the number one man about geothermal. You come back to Dominica in July, earlier this year in June, July. You did not say a word about geothermal and you were bragging on the radio how you guys gonna make so much energy and power. You guys gonna export to Guadeloupe and Martinique and everybody excited about that. Ou pas allumer yon light bulb pour Dominique, mais ou j'ai parlé que export par l'autre pays. On dit pourquoi oui, ligne bag lo, tout cas expenses. Mettez on plante what nous venons là.
They Brent, but
Là.
Brent, they never try to ship water. You think they go and ship electricity?
Even water, and we have all them river, all them resources. You telling me you bring apartment, people have place to stay. Instead of building a next apartment by the Roseau River, put a plant somewhere so young people can live in the apartment and go and work in in those facilities. You cannot just decide on your own that you're just gonna give houses. So at what point you're gonna realize the people needs employment? At what point? It's way overdue. And you talking about you're gonna put jobs and put this and I want everybody to be living in the house. So là, you can travailler. Ou là, you can l'argent. You can invoquer moun pour taper l'argent. Ça va pas faire sens, mon cher. C'est il est pour moun Dominique réaliser. Si la pas de travail, moun qui quitté. Moun pas rester. La pas de travail, yo ka le faire. Moun frustrated. Nous ka on la news là. Un jeune homme qui a 21 years old. Allez, bâton homme en Kaili. Pour voir tuer homme là. Pour voir si homme là ka l'esprit. On va pas fait dans la history Dominique. So pas c'est frustration qui tête moun. Un homme fou. Aller ka voler voiture moun qui a là oui qui le ka fait. Very seldomly. Non ça ka craser voiture moun frustrated de place là gouvernement pas ka faire comme ça. Yo pas yon centa pour moun qui mentally unstable. Depression, we need some centers with no answers for nothing. All them big buildings, all the building. Put one or two employ some people to assist the people and them instead of like pay $64,000 by annum. Nous allons payer ça pour un center to rehabilitate the young people. Instead of going and follow people's vehicle, they have a place to stay. This is mentally unstable. Let's put him in the center. Let's rehabilitate him. Let's get a program where when you come out there, you have a certain job you can go and do. Allez, lever pool. Give them a start. Quand on plie comme un jet magique comme ça, la vie, moi, il y a un abattoir là, et magie, you can faire éveiller. Yes, sir. Why saying Christina? Big up to you one time. Thanks for joining. Like and share, man. Castle, just so Dominica could be sweet.
What do you mean Dominica could be sweet, Nagasa?
It could be, but it could be nice and smooth. But imagine si yo ka fe peyi ya. Well, let's say you, if a chairman
When you
now, they get to the point, they get so bold where whatever we do, we take out 13, we change 12, and no back dog, no dog back. So now we can just push what we want on them. Dictatorship that there. You telling me right now he feels so bold, he can just do whatever he want. Oh, I take all the money, I send it to Panama, allegedly, according to the school children. I decided, guess what? I want to change 13 people. They didn't agree, Peter Pepper, do but where the palace si c'est Mikey, il perd sorti. Eventually, he back down. Just natural still didn't want to come out. Personne pas télé sorti. Because everything was good. But Scarrett decided, he was advised by his advisors, if he changed 13 people, which means all the newcomers cannot tell him what to do. Because Peppa te wed, Peppa te banni, Peppa do but Peppa kade ici son assis, son damas. He tell him what he has to tell him. But Scarrett knew nobody else cannot
go on
oppose to
party boy, go on party boy.
watching. It was Rosie Douglas, it was Pierre Charles, it was Urban Baron, it was Ambrose George, right? These were if Labour win 4 seats, these were the 4 seats. You push up all them people to the side. Urban Baron, you're hearing about him. These were the pillars of the Dominica Labour Party, all shall eat. Right now, the motto for Dominica Labour Party is whoever I want eat is not everybody shall eat. All shall eat.
Yeah.
And Dominica Labour Party again. So that's Dominica Freedom Party, next level. Because Scarrett was in Dominica Freedom Party, Young Freedom Party movement. And he said at one of his Arnou Parlez sought, oh, if it's to look, I am the leader of the Dominica Freedom Party. How you can come on win under a Labour Party banner and you claim it to be freedom? All them freedom. When Eugenia said in 2000, listen, James is a last name. We can't keep James as a last name. James is a slave name, right? And she tell all them freedomite to vote Labour in areas they strong, and all them Labourite to vote freedom in areas they were strong. If the United Workers Party won in 2005, no, 95, with 9,000 votes, right? It was split freeway then. But when Labour and Freedom merged in 2000, obviously, they had what? Almost 15,000 votes, and they still didn't win because Eugenia was the mastermind. I saying Mitchington, Eugenia was the mastermind. Right now, she will be turning in her grave, but she didn't want what's his name, the president, the honorable, to be prime minister. So she decided she not trusting him, so she decided to dissolve the Dominica Freedom Party. And after 25 years, Freedom can't even raise a toe. So right there, now, that undermined the whole Freedom Party. So the dynamics change. So Scarrett now have the people that were Freedomites thinking, Labour rights thinking is a Labour movement where all shall eat. This was the umbrella of Patrick, the late Patrick John, may he so rest in peace, and everybody else. I saying, Paula, big up to you. So right now, you see, it's like a delusion. The money coming in, but the money leaving and going all crick and cranny, but Dominica not developing. Big buildings, what the people working?
Bro, I've never been so amazed by things I see on social media. Dominica passport selling in the same shop in a same off license you can buy 2 beers with. I seen some fellas from the East advertising passport for sale and showing you where you can get it, and that is the same shop you can go and buy. You can go in a shop and buy 2 guineas and a buckler whiskey and end up buying a passport with on the same on the change with.
Let me pull up the passport. I check you 1 minute now. That is our Dominica passport that reached that low. And I had mattered a whole show about the high roader, Sakafet. We there safe, man. We there keeping it real. But
Bro,
only Castle just to passport Dominic chip sale 50 grand a piece now we are here. And buy one get one free and nothing salad. Watch it. Just for
bro,
Dominica.
you walking in a shop to go and get some beers and a bottle of rum, and somebody
No,
telling you if you don't want to buy a passport too.
no wonder in Dominica when you have to get a passport, you have to wait forever. How passport readily available? And I saw the mandatory table wide open. So how you can get a passport? I mean, every country have a passport system, a citizenship system in place where they making their money from, right? But how you can tell me ours is the passports are readily available, signed and ready, sealed, ready, and stamp a Dominica stamp inside it already, saying that you've been to the island already. So which means something not right. How is that even possible? So the Commissioner of police or designated person has to sign the passports. So we just sign in passports to them and
Well,
give it to them
well,
on.
I just want to say, woe be unto who hasn't stamped their passport and live, because just now we're going to have caveat and fence around Dominica. Fence, high barbed wire fence.
Port.
Where
If
our
you have,
passport are going to have no value. No, no,
we,
no value that we cannot even go to the neighboring island sisters like St. Lucia. If you saw our
mm-mm,
passport going. Money,
we,
Brent, if it's money for something, Brent, you can't be surprised who buy it.
nope, whoever have money buying it.
It's who that have money buying it.
Who have money buying it? Who have money
And
buying it?
money is not a thing that carrying prejudice. Money going
Nope.
everywhere.
Everywhere,
The
everywhere.
worst set of people in the world is they that have more money.
Yeah.
The
You
problem is they
see?
just cannot. The problem is they just cannot declare the money they have.
Exactly.
But it's they that have the most money. So obviously they want 5 passports for sale.
Look at Chauncey, for instance. He bought his Antigua citizenship, right? And Antigua don't want to give him back his money and tell him, well, go back to India. He said, no. No, they claimed that he did crimes in India against the people and he's a jewel. Everybody knows he's a jewelry mogul, right?
Mhm.
He make his money in jewelry, selling jewelry, buying jewelry. He agree, you know what, I had enough of India. I'm moving down to the Caribbean. Instead for them to embrace the man now, he hasn't been found guilty. All they say just to, you have to be found guilty before they can charge you.
Innocent before prison
You
guilty.
innocent until proven
Until
guilty.
proven guilty. But
So
what we have to do now is sue Antigua.
easy. Or you take my money, give me
Antigua,
your
you have to
passport.
sue.
But
So
if
all you didn't
Dominica,
know, all you telling me all you didn't know he was a criminal. Print all the criminals they catch in his Dominican passport. If you Google them, you know in their crime way.
about that.
Google,
But with Chauncey, he
Google
had
the
no,
living
no,
and
no,
them on rap
no
shit.
allegations against him yet. He had a citizenship already, so there was no way a background check would have pulled that up because there was
But
no
them man
charges
doesn't do
against him.
background check, my brother.
On the roadside, they selling passport. Only can do
So
background check. But
Rachel's that doing background check for them then.
there's no
When
due
you have
diligence.
Alison, when you have Alison Madwiki,
Okay.
wanted by Nigeria,
we
you have why is the one from the oil one Iran,
Malfared.
Monfared. Brent, you Googling them man, Brent, and you
Yeah,
see in their crimes way.
they're rap shit. Though, if we have all these people representing Dominica and we're not getting anything in any constituency, best we vote handbag. Handbag might do a better job than them. Because I bet you by the end of next month, handbag can read and he can write. It's all a little trading. All it is. He can do business, he can read
But
and write.
Brent,
So if you
but
train him,
Brent, you
he
but
will
you have to
represent the people of
but you
Granby.
have to understand that if handbag win, handbag becoming a
When?
part of something that bigger than him.
When he win, it's not if he win. When he win.
And
When
handbag
he win.
becoming a part of something that bigger than him.
It's
So
okay.
his inability to read and write cannot affect the impact he's going to make. Because
Charles is not in school.
because we have the biggest cabinet in the Caribbean with the biggest set of advisors.
Yep. And
And see the
still we
question
can't help
they
our
do.
people. Our population can't live 66, 72,000.
And see
I
the
and
question they
Mary
do
and
it.
Mary and Mary, you lost. Why are you lost? You're not following. So since the passing of Ed Regis in Granby, the Prime Minister and the Assistant Prime Minister announced that they want Vince Henderson from St. Joseph to be the PAL rep for Granby. But I hope they know Vince Henderson can't vote for himself. You have to live in a constituency for 6 months before you can vote. So if a man can't vote for himself, who can vote for him? Nobody. I don't see how that adding up. He has been in Dominica for since July, so he might have passed the 3 months threshold where he could
Brent,
participate in an
Brent,
election.
Brent, the school children has been saying that it's an okay.
It's alleged.
It's an
So this is the reason why I know.
assassination, Brent.
Huh? Assassination?
Yes.
Because he came down just in time for the way, just so you might have had the school children might be right. But it has so much voodoo
Brent,
nowadays. I see
you cannot
Pusha.
you cannot do you can carry out an assassination without that plan.
Because hold on, he
You
came
have to put
just in time
all your pieces in place
in place.
before you execute.
Why?
So when
Why?
everything,
Why?
so then when everything come down, when the curtains come down,
You
you
covered
not there putting pieces together and moving like a chicken without head.
because Vincent Lesson came down. About 3 4 months later, Ed is gone, and now he taking his place. You left Canada for no apparent reason. You an ambassador out there, and you are the best person suited to represent Dominica in geothermal. I thought when he came down to Dominica, I thought he came down to start the project and run vibration on the place. You came down to Dominica and not a single word about our geothermal program. And I love geothermal because I am a steam turbine technician, and this is my field. So I'm saying, well, if they have that in Dominica, it's easy to retire at 50. Next 10 years, I come down home, I probably can assist them up there, the entire stuff. But you're not starting. If you can't start, there's nothing to assist with. There's nothing to do. So you telling me you came to Dominica and instead of starting something new, you're just sitting on your backside and want to get money from the poor Dominicans again. Give it the money good for you, it's good for a grand bay person. Base mun na saki sayo, mun go be se mun katawai di.
No, Vince is the best
Handbag,
person for
bus
Granby.
driver.
Vince is I disagree with you. Vince is the, listen to me. Brent, the issue you have, Brent, is you doesn't
Mm.
see where I'm coming from and all he doesn't want to take my advice.
Tell me,
You
tell
see
what's your
how I
advice?
you see how I tell the ex-chairman for Daly's Village Council, don't go up for council,
Yeah, she
and
knew she wasn't supposed to go up.
she still go up, she win, she lose, she still go up, then she win. After she win, then she resign.
Yeah.
We could have keep all that, we could have bypassed all of that talala. If you send the right person, Brent, to go up for Granby, they will die. You have to send who the government want. We cannot just kill our good people like that. We cannot sacrifice another young person trying to lead and take their community into development and they're losing their life for it. So it's best we do what monkey do, monkey say.
Yeah.
If you send another young man there and he decide I'm going to stand up,
Yeah.
like how Ed Regis wanted to stand up, he wanted more poor road fix. He wanted access to the agricultural land in Granby where all the farmers used to have their thing up above Geneva up there. He
Right.
want all them land there. Who is you? You want
Separate.
that? If you put money in your community pocket, your community independent, people think they big and they can do what they want. They don't come in red clinic.
You're not coming to clinic.
Look at now I in Granby bus drivers saying they have to go and pick up people to bring Granby for the campaigning, for campaigning. They want
Really?
higher too.
No, just to after 20 years, 22 years in government, why do you need to campaign? My work should be able, if you're a teacher and you lose your job today or tomorrow,
When they
and
had a
you
leadership
don't rat
problem. They
shit.
had a leadership problem.
I mean,
But the
the former
leadership problem don't start with the pal rep. It has to start with the main leader.
leader, the fish hasn't to rotten from
Because
the head.
he keep accepting the wrong set of people to do the right job.
So, but just hold on a minute. They just come with good intention, As soon as they reach in the cabal, is a different story. Because I've known Kent Edwards for a very long time, and as soon as he reached there, he used to give everybody medicine. You don't have once you tell him something wrong with you, he know what it is. He would give you your medicine. And I even hear on his campaign trail, one young lady said, "Oh, he giving you medicine without prescription." All of a sudden, now you are the pal rep. Now you are in the position to help your people. Ou pa ka ba yo anye. Ou pa ka yon vini we se vie moun na. I have a strong feeling Mr. Edwards wouldn't be representing the people in next general election. Mark my
Or
words.
represent them in what way, no Brent?
I pa ka represent, isa mo gade ou.
Because
It just
the thing,
calabash
the thing we fail to realize there, Brent, that we have a system in place,
Right.
and there is a system put in place to oppress, and suppress people more and more and more. Brent,
Look,
in the US and in the UK, they don't have better builders than us in the Caribbean,
look.
The only good thing about them places there, they have a budget where they can afford to throw, terminate, break again, rebuild, redesign.
Just to hold on, there's a little conversation going on in the comment. Hi Nesta Zakafet. So hi Mafias. So Max is saying, Vince is going to win. But we saw Father Albert in St. Lucia who said the night a priest. So I can assert to you, the priest knows who doing witchcraft in the church, and they know. Now I was born and raised in Catholic, right? And I asked the priest, if you guys serving the Lord and you guys know who the witches are, why don't you kick all the witches out of the church, right? So he told me, you really want to know? Follow me that Sunday, right? So I was we were in the choir in the front of the church, so we were there play singing and stuff. So as soon as peace time come, he make his raise, he goes to the right side of the church. So I followed him right across the church, and everybody shook their hand. I shook their hand. Just though probably around five people down, I could feel the difference, right? And we're shaking hands, we go right around the church. By the end of the shaking hands, I knew who the witches were, and then I realized why we can't kick the witches out of the church, right? So when I told somebody I could tell who is a witch and who is not a witch by different ways of shaking hands, right? What? Uncle Simon Sakafet, happy belated birthday, Uncle. So just so, and all the people who are deep is a spirit. And the Africans use the witchcraft and in Haiti, their voodoo to kick out the oppressors. No, now the priests go to school and they learn how to remove demons. In order to beat something, you have to know how to do it. So they are very powerful. When people were lost in the past, who they was going, when they sell somebody, who they going and get to go and get the person. Now, not all priests are able to do it. It's obviously like you get your associate's degree, you get your bachelor's degree, then you get your PhD, your doctorate, whatever you get there. So it's a step up. You're not as strong like them, like back in the days. They tell you, sir, so chef.
That is why I tell people when only see people praying on Facebook.
So hold on. Let me get back to the
just
point.
sit down and let people pray for.
Let me get back to the point I was saying. So right there now in Granby, Vince will win if the evil spirit that invoke in Moonmouth to come and vote for him, like they did in St. Lucia, like they did in every other area, is evil against evil, and whoever stronger beating.
Brent.
When the Pope,
Brent.
Queen, all of them jump behind each other.
Brent.
My apologies for whoever watching who love the Pope and the Queen. But all of them, they know all them spirits and how to manipulate spirits to enter the living and make that living person vote who they want to vote.
One thing, Brent. One thing I think you and Max misunderstanding there. Winning as a pal rep on the Labour seat in Granby is not an achievement for an individual, you know.
Nope.
Winning the Granby seat on a Labour Party ticket is not you, the individual, that win, you know. A broomstick could go up, it would win. Any dog and cat you put there, it will win.
Exactly. Why put Vince?
So that is what I'm telling you. Is not a leadership problem the man have. Because this leader is the leader already. If you're telling me the prime minister is a good leader, why he cannot lead handback when handback come there now? You had a doctor, you had a school teacher. What was Ed before?
He was in youth division and all of that good stuff.
You have all them youth officers, and you're telling me none of them people couldn't lead their community to development. You don't see it as a leadership problem.
It's
the leadership that was oppressing the community, and the community have to stay oppressed, and that is why they're bringing in Vince. Vince never do nothing for Sandro.
But I still
St.
believe
is the fastest declining community in the whole of Dominica, you know, St. Joseph. And St. Joseph was the biggest,
they supplant,
fastest, richest growing community. Boy, the whole mountain up in St. Joe's bananas.
Plant agricultural produce, watermelon.
All around them, man, they had how many acres of bananas? People working for them that didn't have no land was just steady on the bananas. They was working, getting their money every month, every fortnight, every week. And all of a sudden, them places they don't have no access to land.
People don't want Dominica to stand up. Dominicans have to come to the Red Clinic and beg the Prime Minister for whatever they want. You think he happy with talking there? He know my name in the roster. The Prime Minister of Dominica knows my name. Because right now, he checking what way he cannot, he pass a man way. Ebe la yo ka le invoke moun mo pour venir yon election. Since at 12 o'clock in last election day, they knew they won already. Because they know what they did. When he did his poll, he never told the people what his poll said. He used that poll to manipulate the science. It's a science, right? And get whoever he wants to come and vote for him. That is not leadership. And as of right now, you have to campaign, give people money. That is not that. You're not doing good for the people. So you just want to be there to keep getting your income. How are you helping Dominica? And as they said, so we saw Siri put up a video with Anthony Estefans, right? Tony Estefans and a few other guys, and Leonard Clinton was interviewing them, and they had 8 fundamentals about right the good governance, and one of them was a prime minister should not last more than 2 terms. But that same Anthony Estefans now is being scared, doing his 3 term, going on 4 term. So why now you as the prime minister not saying, well, we have young Fidel Grant, we have Cassani Laville, we have the partner from Mao, right? All those persons are more than qualified. You have your wife now in the area. Let somebody get the experience. No. So like Eugenia kill Freedom Party, when Scary jump off that Dominica Labour Party is dead, dead, dead in the water. There's nothing else. Because everybody voting for Scary around the island is Scary jump off that ballot like he's planning to do. Because he's getting old and he's feeling tired. You can see he's getting weight. Very malad. Why you saying Lazo? Big up to you.
Before
Hi,
fini
Mika.
battery.
Hi, Sportish. Big up, big up. Hi, Kitwani. Yeah, man. Because you cannot tell me after 20 years, if you plant a passion fruit tree, a grapefruit tree, it should be bearing fruit already. What did Labour Party plant to make Dominica? They say, oh, we pay loan for 10 years. Okay, for the last 10 years, you guys couldn't plant anything for right now for it to be charged with grapefruit, charged with orange, charged with passion fruit, charged with anything. Because right now it should be blossoming. I understood they try to eradicate pit toilet and they bring in the hotel industry. But that was under CBI. Look at some, for instance, with Jungle Bee. It started way back in 96. It bearing fruit right now. Some could extend, make another branch. Right? It growing, right? So why Labour Party didn't have something, a mechanism in place to get things rolling for the people? Why right now we have to be going to St. Martin, going to, as soon as we graduate high school, it's gone, Sharpay, just to Sharpay, Brent Sharpay, and it's escape, people looking to escape. So why we still tolerate? Why we cannot help ourselves to make Guadeloupe in Dominica, Martinique in Dominica, Saint Lucia in Dominica, Antigua in Dominica? We can bring those things home to keep Dominicans at home. Why we have to train them? It's like we have a nursery in Dominica. Because they want a fete, you can groom you nice and proper. You can for you America, you can for you England. We even give them scholarships to go, making it faster for them. As soon as they reach, they get married, you pack a few years and develop in Dominique. You can for you $100 tous les 3 mois, tous les Noël, Amundio. Non, c'est la Dominique qui a développé Dominique. Qui manière vous le dit, quelle distance moi? Vous le dit moi, les mots vite descendre, moi c'est mon nahi, moi besoin d'argent pour moi finir l'histoire de ça. Je dis moi commencer par quoi, finir par quoi. Moi vieux monter, marcher mes vieux. So si pays monter d'accord, il mettre l'argent à moi. Peut-être monter que la Dominique, qu'à end la Dominique. If all the great minds are not there, who you think gonna develop? When the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king, ebe c'est Dominique. Scared qu'avouer tout le monde qui bright ebe avant aller, ebe yon n'a qu'à conduire ce monde. Well, you can tell me as a right-thinking leader, employment is very important. You employ the people, more people paying in taxes, and more people can pay the guy on the street to cut his grass for him to wash his car. We have to roll the money in the community. Every project in the island, c'est MMCE qui l'a fait. Et c'est PSC Tebe qui Dominique, sorry for my English, not realizing that money not staying in Dominica. MMCE is not a local construction company in Dominica. So you have an international airport. So you have a tout apartment building. Vale builder qui Delices. PSC builder.
Avant, yo commencé à faire caille Dominique, yo pas jamais fait un pas de cochon, non?
Pas cochon. Plus mauvais, tout caille yo fait qu'à senti caca. Qui manie c'est moun naka d'accord avec ça? Hi, Laurel. How you can want any right-thinking person who has laid a block in their life in Dominica knows you cannot put the septic tank and the grey water together. That is foul. Tout le monde qui fait un separate line pour réglementer pour user ces plans ou pas qu'à mettre dans le and you telling me a plan that went to the planning and that peut-être ça bypass planning. Because there's no way anybody caught it and said, hey guys, you guys need a separate line for the sewer, separate that. And right now, with construction done already, everything built, how are you guys going to separate that? So Parlez week, or do that. So if they had a plan of building a sewage plant where we process human feces and recycle it into fertilizer. Hi Mary Saint, Sakafet. Hi Alo, Sakafet. If that was in place, that's understandable. If we had a truck come in, pump out the feces and take it to a facility where we set up big fertilizer, put tuluma, Apache tuluma in it, and we recycle it, right? That's understandable. Mais ou pas qu'à faire ça, toutes ces apartment buildings like a senti, their way of doing this is cut the water. So person has a flush toilet, yo. So which means it get to decompose. We all know that's to decompose, right? Now, si vous mettez Clorox, savon ka ben là, des détergents tout ka pour laver toilette là, ça ka les tuer ces bactéries qui en soi pour décompose caca. So il peut pas décompose encore. C'est un problème major. Mon ka fire ou. Si loin. Si on en fait un caïba mon ça juste il pas faire des. On sait avant il fini mon ka fire. They go when I walk around and I see is nonsense building you fired. Ou pas kali mon homme fait yon, il fait deux, il fait trois, il fait about this. Ever il still ka fait lot. Ever ou ka bay international airport. On international airport mon pour descendre sous. Et bon bagay mon ka land ale cannot so mami leve rough landing. But le ou gade just to on homme ka mal fait on kay pool. On moun ka way 100 years from now. You make it out with an apartment building. Moun ka le wesa. It's true, they look pretty. I like the setup. You did some good things in the island, Mr. Prime Minister. But as of right now, you're taking a wrong direction. Right now, your focus should be on employing the people. Right now, Kenfield Airport should be leveled out and put some buildings over there, some factories. It could be a water factory, coconut factory, yampe powder factory, a tolo, something. First of all, your little house in Mont Daniel, you're supposed to stop and move into the government premises in Mont Bruce. We have a government building in Mont Bruce. You left it and said you went to Mont Daniel just to Waleman. You went to Mont Daniel in the hopes of moving back into the government building in Mont Daniel. Ever beaucoup vivre toujours. Hurricane na pompe et mettre roof là ou teni ou d'accord ça pas bon. Ou vanter ba MMCE to develop the property. Actuellement moving to own car you gouvernement Dominica pay pour ça. Et moun Dominique still ka supporter ça. Ah ouais, so fini battre la Dominique. So fini. Les moun passé, c'est hi, hello, bye bye. Zola kani pon, tout ça, nom la foute à sous zo kani point. This is called dictatorship. You could Fidel Castro a dictator, but he was helping every Caribbean island. At least 20 scholarships every year. Cuba. Any crisis we have in Dominica, Cuban doctors landing. First people reaching in, Cuban doctors. Which is give them their soup, give them their medicine, check them irie. But la Dominique, ça nous ka fait pour moun nou. Ça nous ka fait. Kou moun ka descend man, hold, plug bagay mo la. Justo an cut off a level, market si Justo. Ça qui veut Justo là. Justo an cut off a level la. But he was having some internet issues last week. So that could have been the reason why. Okay, here we go with Juicy. Alright, that could have been the reason why he shut off. Yeah man, but pour de la vérité, people Dominica have to realize it's easy. The same way you're going to manage a household. If a man can't manage his household, he can't manage the country. You can't manage a kaipul, you cool in a bakery, you cool in anything, which means in your head, the only thing you know is to mash up stuff. Okay, here comes your stuff again. You have to, it's a simple understanding. And if you cannot properly manage the country, I mean, it's a lot of load because every minister have to come to you. Everything. No, I believe strongly that the government should have every minister acting in their area. I give you a budget, we set up, you take $10 million at the end of the year. You should report to me how that $10 million is going to pay back itself. Nothing is for free. So we should be calculating per capita what's happening in that area. Because I know if you give Delices $10 million to develop Tuluma, develop Boalen, develop Cassava, they will pay back their money.
Brent. How many apartments that Delices?
The original plan had six in there.
How much? How many?
The original plan had six.
So if everybody put $100 a month, that is how much?
So that's $6,600.
Times 12.
Puis, bon, just try the calculator now. So, hold on. So, times 10, so that would be 60, yeah. So, that's probably like 70 to 80 something grand.
Okay.
Right.
Not even that, not even that, no. Basic simple thing we make everybody put a donation of $100 a month per apartment.
We
$100 a month.
yeah.
Who telling me $100 a month is too much to ask?
Right, right, right,
The
right,
people
right.
that not providing the people with income.
Yeah.
You see, if these people could have provided the people with sustainable jobs where money would be coming in, they would be comfortable to ask them to put a donation. Not even a, you
The,
don't tell them they're paying rent, they put in a donation.
the exact number is 79,200 for the one
Yeah,
year. That paying
yeah,
a
you
full salary, yeah.
yeah, you go.
79 grand if everybody contribute $100 a month towards the
Now you take
apartment.
it now you're taking 10% of that and you're putting it
Right.
aside for building maintenance.
Here we go.
And that building they're self-sustaining. After 4 years you pay everything.
Easy, it can pay back
And then
itself.
you can build another set of houses again.
Easy, easy, easy
But
day.
all the man interested in is prostituting.
The people, ça pas
No,
bon.
passport.
Passport, the position, oui, bon, si. Hi, Rita, ça qu'a fait. Big up to you one time. Hi, indigenous. Hi, Ursula.
People,
Thanks for joining us.
that nobody have a problem with the housing.
No, no problem
Before
with the housing.
before the man come into power, St. Joe had housing, Marigot had housing scheme.
Roseau.
Every other housing program, Brent. But it's the way it come now that people cannot even afford to donate.
Yeah. I get
Imagine we
to.
have
What you saying?
imagine we
Big up,
have
big up.
60 people. Imagine we have 60 people in apartments.
Right.
They have a complex committee, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much every member of that committee put in a month?
Contributing.
How much every household
Eh,
of that committee put in a month? Or you just want to go and just say, or you go and sell bakes and chicken to raise funds for in the building? No, invest some of your own money because it's there you stay in. If you're staying by your mother, you would have to give her $50 for light.
Just to
You would have to buy
changer.
a cylinder.
Finissez worrying. So low God, you know, lay government that go with our funds to help all you. Everything gonna fall down, you know. So this is one way they should say everybody you paying $100 a month, and this person collecting it or that put it in the bank somewhere. At the end of the year, we can keep the building nice. But you build an apartment building, ou pas faire un
Watch
playground.
it. That money going straight to the village council, brother.
Even the council too, they can manage. Right, that will help the community one time. So that will be
Straight to the
a funds
council.
generation. We
Straight
say
to
we
the
never have it
council. And the
just
council
to say we
have to
never have it
manage. The council have to make sure it put 10% of that money aside every month for building maintenance.
Yes, sir.
And when you see that money come to a certain amount, if it's at 80 grand or 100 grand, then you moving that back, you moving that into another safety fund again. And you keep maintaining that. But then people just don't give a spoon, a knife, or a fuck about nothing.
What's up, Daniel? Big up to you one time, man. Yes, sir. So then Daniel was saying, Skerrit is so much in trouble with bad government. Do not look for him to do any better than to win election and talking about education. But Bird has done and was amongst the best PM in the Caribbean. Yes, Bird in Antigua was very good. But still, all of those leaders had shortcomings. Eugenia was a great leader as well, but she had shortcomings. And
Totally
all
understand.
leaders have shortcomings. And it takes a great leader to listen to the people. But when the leader gets to the point where he stops listening to the people and he goes off what he wants to do, then guess what? Everything falls down. And if you as a leader can motivate the people to continue to stay into Dominica, to have more kids and to populate the country, what's gonna happen? You have to come and tell the people, well, husbands and wives, give it up. Like it's a joke you're making. That is not serious business. You're not handling the government business. Put up a program in place where every year when you file your taxes, the government will decide to give you $2,000 for every child you have because you pay taxes on school books, school fees, and stuff like that. That would motivate people now to go make children. But you're not putting any incentives in place, anything in place whatsoever. Every country giving stimulus package, you're not giving anybody anything. You give them some seeds, vegetable seeds, one time Tout moun teni vegetables for like the for a good 3 months after the seeds were distributed. Actually, person pa ni rien. So how are they gonna continue? So this is where a good leadership would decide, you know what? The monies came in to give the people a stimulus package. Let's give it to them. All the funds came in. Every country received funds from World Bank to take care of the people. He put it in the bank so the people can take a loan. So moun domnek, yo ke manje gwen fig yo ke boy bouillon, you pack ya li pour nou, and people Dominica everyone have a little backyard, a little dashing, a little something in their backyard. They will survive. No matter how hard it is, they'll go in the bush, catch two crab, catch two civic in the river, catch some either balosh again, catch two millet and catch two crayfish, and they're good to go.
But the question is, how many of these applicants were successful in getting their loan, you know?
A few people told me they applied, but they did not receive any favorable responses.
There you go. There you go. They do it for small business. How many years already? Once an issue come up in Dominica, is we give him loan.
So just though my cousin was telling me his extended family in Grand Bay. So the police during the COVID, so one of the police officers, well, two officers were supposed to guard the house because about 6 people in the residence had COVID, so they couldn't leave the property house, right? So Granny now have to go outside because it's a pit toilet. The police say no, you can't go outside. She say no, the pit toilet right there have to go. Now, why we still have pit toilet after funds were distributed around the island to eradicate pit toilet on the island? So how comes this day and age you tell me you put money out before Hurricane Maria, right? All the funds were distributed to the village councils to pay whoever to build for the people. Because I know we had like 3-4 builders in Delices that were building toilets, flushing toilets for the people, right? So why this day and age you telling me that Hurricane take the money and go? Where's the accountability? So that is why Austria was saying money came. So if money went Grand Bay, it went everywhere. Where is the money, people? Where is that money? If Austria say larger want to, Austria self know you get money, and all of them put it in their back pocket, in their front pocket, in their side pocket. Tout bout de yo ka vini go kon bout d'un pouce. Et yo ka di moi là, c'est Elion qui te tape l'argent parce qu'il est mort, he can't defend himself. You blasting the man. Huh? Whoever he was, whatever he did, but he was a great guy for the people in Ghana.
Qui c'est moi, qui c'est Trey.
Hi Marina, ça fait. No, you want to replace him.
And you see the hypocrite thing in it. Jason Fontaine is the only person that can talk about Ed Death. When Jason talk about it, all of them on Jason's case. Oh, don't talk ill about my cousin. My cousin just died. But all of a sudden, somebody in the auditorium in the school Grand Bay calling him volley and all of them clapping and dancing.
And he was taking
when a man say a man had money to deliver to the constituency and didn't deliver it, he's not the one to say where the money go. So
you don't see it is something.
What are you insinuating now? My brother, if it quacks like a duck, it looks like a duck. It is a duck. Okay. And if it's not a duck, then that thing out of luck. So when you see them people coming and playing that hypocrite about they care, no. A whole heap of self-centered, selfish, ignorant people. And we put them in position, and we are the ones suffering. We have a leadership problem coming from the mouth of the acting prime minister. And leadership starts from the top. We're talking about president, go down to prime minister, to pal rep. The whole cabinet full of fuck. One set of cutlery. They do cutting, they blunt, they dull, they dirty, they not shining, they crooked. They have all kind of defo you can think about. So when you see people buying pal reps with money, you cannot expect to get change. When a man pay you for you to vote for him, you cannot stand up and say you're doing nothing when you get into government. The man did his deed already. He paid you. You cannot be going up to represent the public figure, represent the public, And money, financial benefit is your end game. You're not there for the people. You're not representing the people. And there could not be a better representation for the Granby people than the one the Prime Minister putting on them. Vince Henderson, Vince Henderson come out Canada and come down late last year there. And Vince Henderson boasting how
And
the
it's a
Central
nation,
Champ.
that's all.
Huh?
Then it's a nation.
No, 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 no. That is before. That is before.
Oh, you
He
know what?
come down boasting how the contractors, the St. Lucian builders working good.
Okay, okay, okay.
He wanted to change the guttering on his house.
Mm-hmm.
And he had to get some St. Lucian builders. So he telling me a man grew up in Sendro,
Yeah.
in his community where he grew up. And you telling me he have to change guttering and you have to go and get foreigners to do it and that man care.
We.
And you telling me that man care.
That man was in Grand man take care of the people.
I know 5 builders in Sendro with me. So you tell me Vince don't know them.
We
The whole
Trini,
of the whole
Lucian
of
is the
Lacqua upriver have builders. But them man wicked.
mission stay, you mission stay.
Wicked oppressors them man be.
Mission stay, you mission stay, just do.
And
You
we keep
mission.
supporting them. We are the problem. We are the reason they are how they are.
You mission
Because we
stay.
accept it. We don't want to go on the road because somebody will see us. We don't want to protest because somebody will put our name on a paper.
St. Lucia had 3 months government in. They said they were going to promise people things you walk away. Mun said they take the streets. You do good. You did no 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 no. It's not a fait no. Accountability. COVID or no COVID. There are some things that can be done. COVID or no COVID. Like actually yesterday I was planning to come and tell the youth council in Delices to step up their game. We give all the tools required to start working, but I consulted the new chairman and said, like, give her a chance. Because the old chairman thought that people in Dalis, anything that happened, they say anything that didn't happen, they will say it's because of her. But we have a system in place where the clerk is the one running the village councils around the island, and the progress of that council depends on the movement of the clerk. So you see right there now is conflict of interest. And if they don't want the community to move forward, it's not gonna move forward and it's gonna move forward at their own beat. But mon ka fe yo sa ou. Moun delis, c'est moun ki fort. You ke pon, mon ole yo ke laje. And the community spirit in Delis is very, very powerful.
Bro, the issue with our leaders, they too comfortable.
Yo, you come out that. But also 43 years is a big person, you know. When you
Bro.
when you're independent for 43 years, which means you can do whatever you want on your own. You check me? And up
But
till now,
Brent,
we're doing all that on our own and we can't
where
move
I am
forward.
in this day and age, it don't have nobody I cannot look at in their face and tell them fuck off with a smile.
Easy. Did you see the video what Father Albert said?
Yeah, bro, nobody don't owe me nothing. I don't owe nobody nothing, you know.
No. I'm saying, so you know, when they decide, when their powers, don't forget, is money, l'argent avec zombie dans so whoever can pay more to get the evil on his side. This is what is exactly happening.
But Pastor Rodney said he know the same thing happened in Dominica.
But they're not powerful enough to stop it.
And the same thing. And as soon as he say that, somebody come on the radio and say, oh, Pastor Rodney is a hypocrite. The United Workers' Party went and worshipped the sun.
Well, they are the announcement.
A big announcement, a big festival, a big festivity that go around the world. World 2000 compliance. Everybody was celebrating me.
It's a New Year's, but they say Sunday going to worship. But this was the mechanism, and Eugenia now stepped forward and decided, you know what? Where workers coming from to kick her out of her seat, so let her take back what was hers. That is what the slave master used to use against the people, and unite themselves against us and divide us. And that's what Eugenia
And
did.
up to now, we cannot unite. Up to now,
Eugenia
we cannot
divide
unite.
us, and we're not moving forward. We're thinking by putting by affiliation in government would have helped us. It did not help us. Not one farthing. Agriculture fell flat on its back. Look now, tourism, tetan back. So what do we have? Human resources only of our main export right now. Passport is our main export. And we're not using the passport money to put a 5 cruise ship berth in Roseau, make a highway, take out the road by Goodwill Secondary School and make it pass behind so we can build some hotel by the beach on the playing field there. We could extend, we could build a swimming pool, we could build track and field for our youth and them to move forward. No pack festa. We have a little cricket program, we have no cricket academy. DP Adam Sanford, we have what's the young man name trying to step up to the cricket level. Aye. He all on trials right now. We see how can we as a people move forward if we're not developing our people. Dominica should have 5, 6 guys on trial for West Indies team. On our soccer team, just Patrick John, he struggled to try to get soccer in Dominica, football in Dominica going, but no assistance from the government. Kade fil lan Gambie, ge Geneva, fil sa on Savan Bef, ge fil Delices. Local people have to come together to get the grass going, cut the grass and keep the place good. We have NEP in Delices. We have people with contract to cut the road. So why they not giving them same people contract to clean the cemetery, clean the playing field, clean the school? Simple stuff, you know. Simple stuff. All have them people there already working 3 days a week. How much fast grass growing in Delices or in Dominica, for instance? That you telling me you have 10 people or 20 people working 3 days a week and you can't maintain the grass on the roadside and do the cemetery and the playing field. Say, mention stay.
Well, let me
So
tell you something. That NEP
nonsense.
there, that NEP system there is a set of medvay people. People
I
that used
Mary,
to,
I
if you
Clive.
look at all the workers on NEPs, people that used to live in little hideout in the community,
Hi
that
Angie,
wasn't
hold on
close.
just a- Hi Angie, get well soon, get well soon.
They
We all
wasn't
pray
close
for
by
you.
road. They wasn't close to road. So the only opportunity they get to be by the road is to work NEP. So that is why the madam will come and work there, and then you'll watch the husband come and work too. And then the child will come work too, and it's a family thing. And they leave all their land and all their Toloma there behind. And they decide they come in and work NEP. Independent people, we boy that work in NEP, people like to be on their own with their vehicle and looking at send all their children school we
I
on
tell my Google
agriculture
man,
we.
just to the government paying for their school buses. What's up, Charlie?
But then if
Big
government
up
pay
to
for your
you.
school buses, no, you should have money.
No, we should have no, but just to guess what, it make them lazy. Because if you go to a red clinic, you getting money, they paying school fee for your school to go to on the bus. You don't have to go and work. This man giving every elderly $300. Everybody know every household has an elderly person. People in the countryside, all they buying is sugar, a little bit of rice, a little bit of flour. And every day in the shop close one day. They do eating. Because they have their banana, they have their fig, they have their little thing they need in the shop, a little pound of chicken. The
My
simple,
boss,
simple
my
lifestyle.
boss, country people that make flossy
Simple lifestyle.
with their quarter bag sugar, their quarter
So
bag rice, their quarter bag flour.
the government know that already. So they now checking the people can live on a very small budget. You check me? So they're not rushing to give the people more because if they become too self-sufficient, too independent, they will not rely on them. They will not vote them. Because right now everybody waiting for Scarrett to give them a little handout, a little plastic bag when all doors close, a little Haman. Look, Christmas coming. Why we did not see he giving the young people chicken and turkey to one raise? Christmas coming, 3 months before Christmas, we should have distributed young chicklings, young pigs, young animals to be ready for Christmas. Oh, this year, they're gonna call China and say, give us 2 containers of chicken, 2 containers of turkey, so we can distribute to the people. The Chinese government now gonna send it for them, but the Chinese take it from the Chinese farmers. Take it from the Chinese farmers. So you making the Chinese farmers feed our farmer in Dominica when our farmer could be feeding us. So fair, brother man. Let the farmers and them raise those chicken. You buy it from them and you give it back to them. Instead of buying it from China. When it come out, both ice. By the time it reach 3 months old. Saka choice munna please. When it will be fresh. The farmer like Lambert right now is wedding today. Big up Lambert again. Congratulations. Lambert have chicken, right? He kill that chicken, he tell him deliver 10 pounds for Lucy. Deliver 10 pounds for Auntie Fofoy. If turn to pack a 10 pounds over there. Boom! Fresh chicken. They could fresh meat. That's what they used to. Independence time. You check in infirmary, government not setting up something for the infirmary or for the grotto. How is that even possible, government? These are the people who work hard already. And right now, because of certain situations, nobody to take care of them. They are in the home. The government should have a special program where they will feed them people during independence time. These are the people that make us independent, where you guys are where you are today. Or else we'll still be under England. So now we have to appreciate the elderly. Like yo more, nous pour nettoyer cimetière, qui les a spotless. Nous pas qu'à faire ça. So you as the government, as the leader of the country, you tell your people, hey, listen, I need to clean my cemetery. Clean this, clean that. Là more, you can tell you can brûler ou. You can tell you can brûler là more. You can cremate too. Ou tout monde là. You can mettre en terre, you can cremate tout, you can jeter en la mer. More parce que c'est l'Amérique ou que moi, ou pas que vient tous les enfants fait l'Amérique. By the time you vini yo grand monde, you que maintenant vini vivre l'Amérique. Et pas dans de mot. Ça quoi pourtant sans enfant sans papa, connaissez moun nakade. Ou le dit mon la ka take care of ces moun Dominique là et vous ka mettre un slave master, laisser moun là, c'est moun pas connaître personne pas l'école ensemble avec la Gambie. Ça on ka dit mon ka faire là, c'est dictatorship qui là juste magique qui là quoi que doctor honorable scared. Ay, bon, tout un nom là, ben, madame, li want oui. Tout le monde a family business at there, man. Family and
Bro,
friends.
I stick into the fact that that is the best decision ever been made in Dominica since the government in power.
Why? Being an outsider, eh?
You have a community you don't want to do nothing in. Put a representation there for them. With somebody that don't do nothing for themselves either.
The man just come overseas. The man working over there, the man getting big money. Let a young grandbaby get that money. But
No,
just if
what
every
big money? The man, no,
just to,
he love the people so much. He don't even care about the big salary. He's sacrificing the big salary so he can help the community.
yeah, but just to, I believe Scarrett might just put Vince as a ploy, and then a little closer, he bring the
Brent.
real candidate up.
Brent,
On
you
the
know if they
people's-
don't vote you, you cannot be prime minister.
Nope.
You have to be elected in order to
You have to
become
win. You
prime
have to win your
minister.
seat. You have to win your seat.
And you know the president seat is about to be vacant.
Ah,
So Scary tell you on his way out, he wants somebody there suitable to do the job, who is capable
Right.
of doing the job when he leave. So that means
Mm.
all of his pal reps he have there before Vincent Desson is Malquepin
he's not
appointee,
capable.
useless.
Why?
They cannot take on leadership after he
They
leaves.
can't handle the vibes. They
So
have
he
too many
have to,
friends.
so he
They're too
have to
nice.
bring in leadership. So the question is, where he says himself going? Where's Scary going now if he bringing in leadership when he leave?
So Prime Minister Vince,
Remember, it's them two men that I was fighting with Peru for leadership. You know?
it's alleged that you get your Peru. Think they got this, you know, Antonia Staffan. Tonia Staffan think this, you get your Peru. Why? But me tell man now, you got VL Dominic. So one Prime Minister and one President, because he is the only person that probably can stand up and keep the team together because he is from the old school. He probably went back more
No,
into
it's he that have the vice grip. It's two of them that holding the vice grip on them.
Oh, why? Because they mal kwa paka Western yon too. Et pour dire il aller Canada. Mais actuellement now, il ka sorti un tour al not tout. So il est Vince Henderson vient au conduire ces moun là. Oui.
Remember, it's the same thing. It's the same thing Obama do, you know. After he win election, you know.
Oh, he put his vice president up there.
You don't see he sent them secretary of state, send them foreign affairs.
Once they
want to compete with you, send them overseas, you know.
Yes, I.
Don't never make them land down. As they touch down, is back on the plane again.
Yes, I. Just though we have some people. Hi, Keisha Sakafet. Okay, I can see some whoop. Okay.
Messing about on my phone.
Interesting discovery, guys. Love it. Bribri, Sauka Palikot Bribri. Stop spreading garbage, haters. I've been enough of the nonsense talk. Two sad guys. Uka won't smile on my face, Bribri. Uka di mo sad. Mwa kaye, mwa go flag Dominic there, mwa kaboy calabash mo Bribri. So ule di mo tout se moun naki Dominic la. Tout se bell these bright young boys and girls in Granby. Not one of them the government seen fit to represent Granby. It's like going possible and tell Ian Douglas, listen, I want you to step down and someone else in your position. Somebody from Delices, Simeon Alwood. That is wrong. Granby niya semun kisa do but in all ways, shape and form. Si handbag do but wed, ever semun Granby handbag kale gen. Et la vérité, nous besoin Moon Pudu Boot La Dominique. Because after 20 years, your fruit trees are not bearing fruit, you need to step out of the way.
A set of malpapai them and just planting
Yes,
boy.
Mal Papai. Right now,
A
you're talking
set
about
of male
International
pawpaw
Airport.
tree. All them pal rep in the government is a set of male pawpaw tree.
You're talking
They
about International
flower in,
Airport.
giving you hope, and they not bearing fruit.
Yeah. Nothing. So after 20 years, why you saying Gami? Big up to you one time. Raspo, why you saying? Boric, I know you don't be watching, but I don't see you because you're in a computer. But how can you be there for 20 years and all your fruit trees, they barren? Nothing bringing for fruit to bring income to the country except passport sales. So whatever you do in there, you need to reverse it and you need to try something new. They just say take out your line, thread it all out, put the hook on the other side or change your bait because you're not catching fish. Whatever fish you eat, not edible because the people not surviving. They have to leave Dominica to survive. If you take a fish in water, it came more. It's like Dominicans, they're there and they just living. They have to leave Dominica to go to elsewhere for them to flourish. That is supposed to flourish right there in Dominica. And only the few jobs are there is teacher, police, nurse, doctor, lawyer, and it's a big circle that they're banker. You don't have nothing of everybody else with a guayin. Farmers used to have brand new forage back in the days. Actuellement, farmer passe la même. Ti motoka fan farmer ni this way. Ti motoka avant a brand new four-wheel drive. They walk in this store and then two payments that paid off. It's the same people there still. But they have to buy little motoka. They can't buy four-wheel drive again. We had sack Toyota, sack brand new Toyota four-wheel drive. I tell me all that's passing now. So you're telling me now we're making more money. We can't buy brand new vehicles. All this is second-hand HRV, CRV, Tico Choni. So where? So just to let you know, Bribri, we are not sad. We are just the two young persons who decided to stand up for the people of Delices, stand up for the people of Dominica, to let them know that we have not forgotten them and we are willing to assist them because we are aware there are quite a few young people or persons in Dominica who cannot speak up because they are afraid of victimization. And plenty in Grand, they probably want to say something, but they cannot say it. Because if they say something, guess what? They're losing their job. So who wants to lose their job in this hard time of Corona? So
But
right there now, we are
but
able to
who
speak to the
but
people
who
and
cooking
let them
Bruce
know.
up? I know.
I don't even know who is Bribri, I see that he's on YouTube. So like I say, it's Bribri, but I can't see who she is exactly. But I'll go look her up in a little while. She might message me eventually and declare who she is. Yeah, man. But
No,
all in
they
all,
doesn't declare who they are. When you see them tough spitting fire, they doesn't declare who they are. You know.
no, I was listening to Anthony Astafan on the issue of Vincent Desson going up for Grande. He's saying the best person to represent. Oh, you cannot spit out such garbage. Like
But
you're making a wrong right.
he's an
Huh?
Astata fan. He's an Astata fan. So of course you can spit out
There is no
garbage.
possible logic why you would not use the local people recommendation to represent the people. Because you can't tell me to go to Venezuela and represent Venezuela. It's absolutely wrong. I don't even know where to start. I start in Caracas and I have to
But
go
but
to
Tony Astafans living in Antigua controlling Dominica politics. So of course he right to say what he's saying.
and every Saturday you have to call Simeon show. Every morning you have to call Daryl show. And he have to call everybody show and give his input. But he's like a two-edged sword. He taking the money from all angles. And Dominica couldn't pay him. He go Antigua and still taking Dominica money. We're still is to see what my boy's kitchen posting on him every day. He and his bird and the vet feeding his bird is vete in the bird mouth and vete all over the bird. Look at the papa but you will get piche my boy's kitchen we. Yeah, man. But all in all, it's like how can you dehumanize the young people in the community? You're supposed to be bringing them up, wanting new persons to join the league. You brought in Cassani Laville. You brought in Fidel Grant. Bringing more young people into the arena. Get them acquainted with the action. So when you go down, something Eugene didn't do, that's why Freedom Party fell flat on its face. But now you have the chance to bring in a young person from Granby. You're bringing in the same old cabal you have there and know all the caution you doing and accepting it.
Recycling garbage.
Recycling the garbage. Take out the garbage. Bring in the new. Let's get progress in the community, in the country. Let's put young people to. Kubuli factory should be back in Dominica already. Ross University should have a replacement. You go Dubai, Skasukwe Seko. Mun kesa de Dubai vini Dominica for school. We know it's America they coming out, Ross University. We know it's Americans. And when Ross came to Dominica and he saw the peace and tranquility, he decided, you know what? That looks like a serene, a nice place. And everybody knows Dominica is beautiful and the quietness, you can get that down there. Why we not boosting that? Only boosting is passport sales. And nous not fait l'argent nous pas hein? You're talking about everything else. But everybody just stop talking about this man and that apartment in Mondaniel. Why you live in an apartment and they have government buildings? Kayu, an le yal, a west nan kayu. Ou ka fe go sale ou. Sale ou baka man yon gouvernement ka pay tout bagay ba ou. So Dominica making money. There is money. Because Simeon and Clarence Christian was saying Dominica was saving $5 million US every month. Even though still mal, we had over $300 million in an airport fund. EU give us over $100 million. World Bank give us again. The Prince came down and gave us. You know, former President Bill Clinton came gave us funds. So all that funding passing in housing. All l'argent allez, Mr. Prime Minister. Basse moun na l'argent you. Pon l'argent, ba chaque moun ti $200 qui te yo planter grain, planter plant bois. Speaking about planting trees, all our rivers drying. When the river coming down, when the rain fall, all the water was pouring down in the river. Life like a boring condition. If the tree is not there to hold the water and let it go little by little, drop by drop, as soon as the rain fall, it flowing down. This sun. So we have to start going back in the mountain. Because when I was growing up, I recall the elders used to go up in the mountain and plant trees. ILO on those days, just to. I'm not sure if you were old enough to remember that. So
yeah,
why we
remember
stop?
them used to plant trees, man.
They used to plant the trees. So right now we're planting no trees. No paka plantain. No paka. How are we? Look at Haiti. They used to cut those trees to make charcoal. Right? Look at Petit Savant. They cut the trees to distill the bay leaf. Guess what? Landslides came down, right? Every crook and cranny get blocked, washed away down to the sea. So that's not telling them, let's plant trees. Now, Delices, obviously, we just use the trees to distill the bay leaf as well. That should be an example. We had a landslide in the flat in Carib. I never knew that big of a mountain there. But it slid down and it took the life of this young man, Hillary, right? May he so rest in peace during that same Erica in 2015. So this is where the government now should realize, oh guys, we can't keep cutting the trees. So we have to make sure we cut two, we cut one, we plant two. So the community that plant the most trees, we're gonna give them $5 million. We still have I saw them have a bunch of trees in the forestry. But how many are we planting? How many are we planting? No, Moyon Bay. So I told someone I'm gonna come down and go up in the mountain in Moyon Bay and live Jack up there. But they told me it bad. We don't have a track to go up there. So why the government not establishing that route, that pedita route to go to Grande, like I was used to use? I can't be the PM. I'm Monsieur La. I'm too much of a nice person. It have to be somebody that don't have no friend, like the Prime Minister of Dominica. He'd have no loyalty to nobody, like Eugenia. She was strict. All our ministers couldn't go with anything but their salary. But now, we giving handout. Crazy to have a 500 grand. He always on my Facebook giving me a hard time. During election, we have Paul Alexander rich in Dominica. All of a sudden, he lapping sharing money. We have no. They're not supposed to be. If you are the leader of a country and you leading properly, when election time come, you tell, I am the honorable prime minister. I don't have to campaign because guess what? Let my work speak for itself. I have done all of this for you. If you see it fit to vote me back, I'm not spending $1 on election campaign because I have done all of this for the people and I can continue telling you, everybody knows you have to campaign, but when you did not do anything for the 5 years, you have to come and campaign and ask the people to vote for you.
They might have a blank canvas. Every election, they might have a blank canvas, with plans,
Hi, Michelle. Sakafet. Hi, Avandel. So just to right there, you're seeing a crookedness. Because if you've been there for 20 years, your work, your spreadsheet should have everything in it. Well compiled. I have created 50,000 jobs. I have built 100 apartments. I have done X, Y, and Z. All you hear them saying is, I am going to, like a brand new government trying to come into power.
The government for over 15 years saying Grand Bay has been good to him in the past, so he will be good to Grand Bay.
How have you been good to them? You talking like
He
is you
hasn't been. He said he will be.
you cannot will be. It should be I give Granby this, I give Granby that. So in turn now I have been a great prime
Workers
minister, a
come
great
for
leader
four and
for
a half
Granby.
years. 4.5 years. And they prove to Granby what can be done to Granby, what
To
development can be
Granby.
done in
In a
Granby.
twinkle of an eye. In a twinkle of an eye. In a twinkle of an eye. You know, the Fontoma land should be Delices people land already. Why it's still on the government name in Fontoma? If you're making a housing scheme, divide the land, give the people their land. This is the people's land. This is not government land, you know. Them people were driven off their land into the mountain until this woman stopped them. I think it's some fifin. A small lady with a mash spill and tell them, Zopa kamute pliho. So the community now become people's land. They would just work their land and then give that one a piece, power and give that one a piece until everybody was living together. So you telling me that land is our land? No singular Blanquist dad, which is Olan Blomquist, bought the estate, the Point Blank estate, and Fotoma came with it, along as Live Clay and all the others pieces here and there, right? But now the father gave back to the government and said, "Hey, this is gonna be farmland for the people. I'm gonna give it at a reduced price, so if I sing, you know, have a little attachment to it. But still, this is the people's land. So right now the government's supposed to say, you know what? Look all the land back, take all the property, go build some nice houses in all of nice flat land. Say when they like Mutangla, give them the flat land, man, Mr. Government. The young people should be pushing to give Delices people what is theirs. All that crown land, they call it crown land. Government never buy a piece of land in Dominica. Catholic Church, all of Belvedere, all of Bellevue was Catholic Church. You passion again there. They just take our ancestors' land and call it their own. This is our own. So right now, this is our country. We can't depend on them for to come and tell us. We liberated, but we still living under a code where the government have to give the people. The people should be giving the government because it's our own. How are we taking care of the people? If you can't leave the country better than you made it, I understand you put some nice buildings and you eradicate the toilet. Okay, so what else? Where is the jobs? People are still living at the same rate they were living, if not faster, because you're giving more scholarships to go overseas and study. You're propelling them to go, you know, Mr. Prime Minister. You have to sit down at the drawing table and realize the people are leaving and going and they're not going back. How can we keep them in Dominica? Provide the jobs for them. We have to. At what point are we gonna realize? Okay, sure. If you're watching Kulba or ants in the precipice, you pack a VMUT. Are you gonna put a little barricade to block them? Yes or no, Mr. Prime Minister? It's about time we sit down and ask you the hard questions. How are you gonna ensure Dominica population moves forward? Not by you going to Arnou Parlez and tell the wives give it up. Ou fait député, débelle les enfants. Ti boy là, kasam zie Anthony a Stefan. Et pas mon qui dit non, c'est des enfants d'école là qui dit. But là, regardez, des belles enfants, pour tu faire 4, pour tu faire 5, ou fait yon depuis dans les canaux, ou fait
C'est
pilote
qui
qui
ni
dit.
l'argent pour faire?
Eh bien, ou ka voye bon faire enfants, ou comme gars ils enfants ba yo. Like, God, yeah, you see, which is something just to, but you put in a slave master on the people. You pack on it from Adam to Eve, you pack on it your PS. At least they knew Justina. She was a nurse in the community, obviously. She was taking care of the people. That's awesome. Ed Regis was a youth leader. He was in National Youth Council in Dominica, so people knew him. Mais là, quand on l'autre monde, yo pas connaître, qui moun yo ka le chanter pour? Là, yo, bouzon parle ba yo on right by côté, qui moun yo ka le kouye? Because back in the days, our leaders were easily accessible. A Chelman say, big shop killer, mafia killer, we. You can't go by Parlez house no more, you know. You're crazy. He have his office hours and his special business at there. His professional business killer, we. Eh,
But in Dominica alone, people want to go at Parlez house.
It's
What
supposed
you
to be.
going at your Parlez house and do when you have an office now?
Yeah, but Mario. Yeah,
You
man.
don't supposed to go at Parlez house. The man have an office hours.
Ou like obviously, you di, se yo patche di yo, le yo office hours, wom yo kale boy, we, whole journée. Just to birthday,
When the people are not selected to represent the people can't come in a position now and decide these people they go and represent, you know. That's not why they came in. They came in because somebody decided I'm gonna find you a money to represent me, to do my bidding, to wash my dirty linen. And that is what they're doing. I am pretending Mr. Speaker, I am presenting this on the behalf of the Prime Minister. Madam Speaker, I am presenting this on the behalf of His Excellent Prime Minister. Nobody on the government side do presenting nothing on their ministry, you know. All of
Mm-mm-mm.
them that presenting in budget is on the behalf of the Prime Minister, you know.
That is wrong. That is wrong. Everybody should have their own budget. That way we know exactly what they're going to do. How are we gonna hold them accountable if we don't know what their plan is?
Oh, Joey.
So right there, you seeing is a crookedness. Mr. Prime Minister giving a whole budget for a whole country where we have 21 constituencies. So why not every pal rep giving his own budget for his own people? So we know now Delices get $10 million at the end of the year. Each pal rep has to be accountable. How you gonna pay back that $10 million? So you make a plan. I'm gonna build two factories there. I'm gonna put two hotels there, and then that fund we're gonna employ 100 people. Each person paid $100 a month in taxes. That's gonna give us what, $10,000 a month. That's gonna give us $100,000 a year. So in $100,000 a year, in 10 years, we'll give you $1 million back, Mr. Prime Minister. In 20 years, we'll give you all your $2 million back, right? That's a start. Because you can just keep dumping money down the drain and I ain't back of you want to. You will all them fancy apartments, all them garbage sewer system, but no money isn't coming back into the government hands. So how is that multiplying our funds? We sell the passport, we get the money. But how are we making that money make money for us? It has to be making little babies for us to get babies and next generation. If we cannot reproduce, if we cannot procreate, which means we are a dead society. Our kids not gonna get anything. Nous pas les enfants. Nous n'y pour faire enfants pour nous les enfants. Gilbert, ça qu'a fait. No contest for Grand Bay. Why you say? I know you are very hard worker. Uniforme deles, uniforme tout partout. Ou ka travail red. Non, nous ni pour travail red, parce qu'il a pas de travail pour ces moun na fait. Ça yo kale fait Gilbert. C'est moun ni pour ni travail pour yo fait, pour yo travail. Jeune moun Dominique, les travail, live in Dominican, go elsewhere and work. Dominican, as soon as they reach Guadeloupe, they have their own vehicle to drive. They build their own house. They reach New York. Anywhere Dominicans go, they thrive in. Pour Chile, Dominique, you pass a fay. A lot of like my father live in the 80s and they gone. C'est moun sa pa viwe parce que ça yo diffère ouais Dominique là, you pas les vivre ça. You have
Mais
to.
ben, m'amène ni toi nani l'Angleterre, mon j'ai passé trois voitures.
Here we go.
Mon ka gen yon voiture pour mon faire. Mon ka gen yon voiture pour mon faire un job en avant, ni mon fini faire job là, oui.
What's the more so I said this young lady, I think it's Grell, Dr. Grell, and she was saying, no, we have this new machine. So it's like an MRI machine, right? The only such one in a public hospital in the Caribbean, right? So they are saying now we are able to do all them scan, but it's coming in February, right? So the Chinese now is a high fu machine or some such name, right?
Yeah, they have the high
How you
food.
think, Mamamoo? So now that we are able, so that is the step in the right direction. That's what we've been asking for the longest. We can have the same old building and the new machines in. But why
Okay, but the
haven't we
thing
been
is now,
stepping
we
in that
have the machine,
direction?
okay? Do we have the machine? Yes. Are we capable of running the machine ourselves? Do we have people qualified to run
They
the
are gonna
machine?
train them. They're gonna train them. They said so. This is something that's in the pipeline. But this is in the so what taking 20 years for to start doing that. Mes amis suku. C'est mon nakamo tous les jours. This is something that should have been in the pipeline long time. The same way we let us start moving forward. We moving at a place. Tick tock, tick tock. That's too slow. Yon pour moi, yon pour vous. Dominica say poko, you in the banking line, an hour in the banking line. You go registry, an hour in the banking. You go in the passport division in immigration, an hour in line. Nobody gives a spoon. Lunchtime, everybody on lunch. Why you want to go lunch 11 o'clock? And then the other one come down and take over. Office closed. We sorry, you have to come back at 2 o'clock. Machisa! It's time the people when wake up and the customer service is a boss apart and tell me, you Dominica there and he come to get a vaccine because he checking he had to leave. So he went and get his vaccine and stuff. Tell him when I leave in a couple of days. The woman say, oh sorry, we sir, you have to go in the hospital and pay. Why you have a little thing in the gardens? Why she can't pay there right there and then? Why you can't pay right there and then? You have to go hospital and pay. You have
My
to set up
brother,
system customer service. Hygiene,
You going in the hospital, my brother, and they're telling you if you are above 60, right?
mm,
You have free health care.
right.
But you go in the hospital, you have to pay $3 for a urine test before. They do nothing for you, you know. Why
We
checking but if healthcare free? Why you have to pay for a urine test now? And that is part of your test. And when they do the test, you have for
why?
receipt. They tell you they don't have receipt book now.
Yes, sir.
Call you
It is
mad.
difficult, man, and you wondering why Dominica so empty because it's not conducive to growing. If you see you go in the forest, right, and there's some big trees and some short trees. Why you think the short trees are not growing? Because the environment is not conducive for their growth, so they will die. But if now you decide to cut those big trees above them and let these small ones grow, then they are capable, the environment, they have the adequate irrigation. Talking about irrigation, I saw the Prime Minister's farm full of irrigation. All the minister farm full of irrigation. So swear to God, their plan was to feed the hotels with their food. I wonder, the school children told me, so the prime minister had a whole shipment of lettuce. And the sister go down, it is according to the school children, when which church to sell it. So they said, well, we just ordered yesterday, so we sorry, we can't take yours. So obviously, sister call brother and say, brother, they take lettuce now. Brother now call them and say, hey, listen, bro, my lettuce outside, you know. Oh, I'm very sorry, man. We'll take it. So why the local farmer does not access to his produce? It will stay and spoil. You
So
as the doctor in charge, you making the rules and you
that is
boy right
why I'm
now,
telling people eat what you
as he said,
grow.
I
Eat
run
what
things
you
in
grow and grow
Dominica.
what you
Just
eat.
so no mla di say mun Dominica, I run things in Dominica. Dominicans don't
Mhm.
run me. No mla proving to Dominicans that he run things in Dominica.
My
And there
brother,
is no
nobody, no mladio, my brother, nobody, no, nobody don't go and put a gun to my head and make it seems like they go and hold Roosevelt scared hostage, you know.
them bus driver hold him hostage. He paid them right away, give them 5 grand, shut them up, boom. Them truckers everywhere that open their mouth. Police getting their bubble and just to
The
you open
police
your
just
mouth
get their
now.
double bubble in February. I think they get in it or whenever.
That's why the man shutting up he just grease everybody and fast, fast, fast. He like move like a drug dealer. You gonna write on me? Hold on, I got something for you. Poop,
But
zip,
remember, the man tell
shut
you
that.
his government is the only government in the world that doesn't work. That does work with cash, you know.
Cash money, cash drug dealer movement, cash money.
How you
Bad
giving
money, okay.
accounting? How you giving accounting for cash?
Yeah, so you give it all the boys and them. But I've been saying to my cousin, Kozo, you're not a member of government. They can give you that job and them and not a problem. You tell me, I can't take that job. It's not Palibaba. Oh, a couple of weeks ago, he answered my text message. Everything's safe. But still, if I can open phone call because I'm about to differ about that. You not a member of government. You're supposed to be able to still work for the government. Right now, Simeon should be building wooden boats for sale in Dominica as a furniture man. Back in the days, you were a millionaire already. Right now, you should be a multi-billionaire under your government. Ugadimo, you decide to join the Dominica Labour Party to fight the importation of metal furniture in Dominica. Jig Jordi, metal furniture still coming in and woodwork still where it was when you started. It should be up there going. Why about the planting more trees? Simeon come Delices, we cut all the trees in the backyard. Victoria photo ma for the for Simeon. Eve jik joli pou konfiye planter yon plan bois ou en gouvernement, eve ou ka di mo all there for progress. So la pou manger boda moun. There was a big Kubawi tree by below the Catholic Church. The young most of Kubawi tree just to. But the question is that was covering the whole forest. Let's not prepare.
I remember the Kubawi.
Alright. Ipon nou de truckload. Pene sa moute bokay la ou sa la hoche. Non m'a pas vie planter yon plan bois là. Non m'a pas planter yon de kay la bola roche. Nous acheter
But
about
is
trois
that is why it's not
page.
supporting labor because it's use and finish.
Still use and Victoria had you have to plant. You cannot
Yeah,
just rip
I
from
remember
those
them bois
stalk.
blood house Victoria at the back there
Victoria
on the
bois blanc,
wall.
fond bois blanc, you had tout bagay you didn't plant another one back. So where the kind of the trend. How can we continue investing in something or people that do not care for our next generation? What are you leaving? Ici, Mara yo pate planté, Suki yo pate planté, Tikel yo pate planté. How would we have right now? So you have
Consumers,
to
man. Consumers.
consi-
We are set of consumers.
you leave your vehicle with your brother for 20 years and you come back. He couldn't paint the vehicle, he couldn't fix the engine, no overhaul, nothing. How are you? You need to overhaul the system. Whereas that system can continue moving forward and you can give the future generation a proper product. You have to be able to fix it up nicely and deliver it. Non sa pave tout chime ki la hod la. Ou la hod sak retone. Up north just to ou la premise ta hod. Vehicles. He put
Because
concrete on the road and he put asphalt over it, which means bye bye. He's stepping away from them. So he making sure those roads up there, they there for a very long time to come. Moun Dominic, imi kote ki pa men ni chime, ki pa men ni pave. No food, no access to the farmlands. It was Zoka the money man there for the people. Et méchanceté Dominique méchanceté. C'est moun moun qui a venu invoquer c'est moun la pour vote par les bords. Zopa ka ouais ça ka fait ta place là. Ouvrez ces hommes moun Dominique. Allez l'église.
they see, man, wicked.
Les Satan sorti en cimetière. Quand yo ka monter en moi, quand yo ka monter juste non. Là une top di fait yo pas ça monter dans di fait parce que yo ki fini brûler. Les moun kwe, les ou mort ou kale heaven ou kale hell. En tête nous yo ka rester. C'est moun la ka invoquer yo là, yo pas en hell. Si on hell, yo pas ça invoquer yo. Yo en tête nous because quand nous mort, yo ka mort avec nous tout. So là regarder c'est moun ça ka invoquer ces moun mort pour venir voter pour yo. Yo ka violer la quartier ces moun là. Nous pas ça ces moun ça ka représenter nous. Qui manière zol la ka représenter nous? Avec poche joka plein. Tout le monde pas qu'à taper. All shall eat. Et ça qui était moto labor, actuellement, all shall not eat. Et ça qu'a fait là, oui, is one set will eat. One set will eat. And back this c'est l'échelle là qui symbole and it's up everybody going. This is the mentality we need. Il n'y a pas d'éducation. But in l'esprit, major toujours des cas d'éducation par l'esprit. Tous ces cavales là qui là, they looking for, for themselves. How can I Merci, Bonti. How can I get something for myself? How about the poor man down the street? How about the next door neighbor? How are we helping each other? Before, it was about community coming together. We had very little, but we were together. We fought the slave masters, we drove them out. Everybody was building a house. All the neighbors would come together. They would help the person build their house. We didn't have plenty of money. We were not wealthy, but we were together. Now we have more. Why are we not further ahead? We're getting millions of dollars to build one little bridge. All the money disappearing and the bridge still halfway built. Sakafet, Mr. Prime Minister. Sakafet, where the accountability? How is it possible? What is going on? If I want to give Edridge $10 million, Australia, Latin, l'argent. And you believe Australia. Lady will manger sorti Barbados in Dominica. He buy a whole store. Manger what the ham, turkey, tout bagay. Believe him, it comes.
Même cette moun ko be ko de ka di ça ko we.
Hi Brenda, Sakafet Brenda. It comes, so he knows. He knew. They match SAL about the young lady. Say toutes ces ministres de dormi là. He knew what he was saying. Austria knows. Lang Austria c'est on go patate. Il peut cacher mes personne en les compte. As soon as he deliver it to the people. So he has to be listened to. When he tell you, partner get money in Grand Bay, the money come in Grand Bay, but where the money go, he don't know. That is false. You cannot, because the man represent himself, you talking smack about him. As a moun go be accept ça, well, let's move on. No man, you can stand up. It's okay. 18 to 1, c'est pas un problem. With the handbag là, that will be the first indication you cannot do what you want. The people are the ones making the decision. But you
So
can invoke
what is the other Papi Show party doing now for the by-election?
APP? Guys, more than APP. See who on Prime Minister, you have direct access to the Prime Minister. The minister in the Soufriere cannot get the Prime Minister to give the woman, the person duty free on a container. You as the leader of another party call the Prime Minister and immediately that container get duty free. Ou pas avoir cabinet Prime Minister then. APP and cabinet Prime Minister. That is wrong. As you, because I saw quite a few issues came up. And Lennox Clinton spoke about it, and other persons spoke about it. But the ABB stayed silent. Are you guys going to issue a statement about the drone and different things happening in the country, right? ABB stayed silent. So APP must have been a different branch of the Dominica Labour Party, looking like. Why are you saying, Dave? Big
Bro,
up to you, big up to
the
you.
thing is, right,
And
you
no
cannot tell the
Dailies.
people you're
Hold
coming
on
to
just to
represent them.
Someone just demola Anupali Dailies. So on the local scene, so the P7 to Dailies Road, this is in the making. So far they stopped by the distillery. So that it has been dormant for like a month and a half. We haven't. So I called Casanel Laville. His office told me it's a different number. I'm gonna weed money. So I need Casanel Laville's number. So if anybody on there have a Casanel Laville number, send it to me, please, so I can contact him again because the one I have apparently is not working. I call my pal rep. I call his office. C'est mon ça toujours pour essayer pas répondre phone. So it's looking like I have to move to Dominica and call them people and go to the office myself.
That
So
is
if you're
why
on
I'm
the ground,
saying these
let
people
us get
are
the
too fucking
status.
comfortable, brother. These people are too comfortable. Nobody confronting them and asking them questions.
So the
So
youth are in the process.
we
Hold
don't
on
have
just
no
so.
little we don't have no little aspiring journalists that walking around.
So hold on just to the young people have acquired some funds to for the playing field. So in the process of finishing fine tuning, so we might be seeing a state of the art playing field in Fontoma. So that's a good sign. Thanks to the previous
What what
administration
do
for
what
putting
do
in the
you mean
request.
state of the art?
Mark on it, no? So you can limit a pavilion, you can limit a sitting for the people. It might even come with lighting as well.
Okay.
So here we go. So, but they working for the little kings and all the other approvals, and with government funding or international fundings, it's a lot of that come with it. So we have to wait we have to be patient as well. But let me once again tell the young people in Dailies that are getting married today, Chanel and Lambert, congratulations. I wish you guys long life and success to enjoy each other's company, and I wish all young persons should come together and in holy matrimony till death do you guys part. More power to you guys. And let's continue building our country. Let's bring our families together. Let's bring our people together. Let's go back to the milk and honey days when neighbors used to care for each other. When one person light their fire in the morning, that second person don't have to get a matches or kerosene. They get a body feed from the neighbor and they light their fire. That person cook the yampe, the next one make the gravy. And everybody eating. That is how it used to be. All of a sudden now everybody, big man, big woman, want their own business. Nah man, let's go back to the old days when one person make a gravy, that person have the dashing, that person have the pay. We exchange, we trade. Money was involved. And then people were happy and they're belly and they're jimping and everybody is together at the end of the day. And when it's jimping and belly and everybody was together. These were the good days. Now the politician came in and decided to divide the people further. During slavery, they all were slaves together, but they used to band together. They had the work songs and they were united. Now all of a sudden, now that we're free, now that we should be coming together more, we are not coming together. So that is where the politician now dividing the people, telling red, blue, and to me, all politicians is the same. Why is it in Clyde? Big up, big up. All them politicians is the same. No matter where they are, they all for themselves, personal gain and re-election. There is no way all telling me that they campaigning hard. Oh, free education, free this, free that. As soon as they come, it's my agenda and my agenda and my agenda. Say, when I pli mal you sorti la parce avant you want to. So, Logade, as of right now, more power to the young people in Dalis. But I'm gonna give you guys another 2-3 months. The people voted all in a whole year. We want to know what's going on. So I've invited the chairman of the Dalis Village Council. We've had the former chairman, chair lady. She's been on here a few times to discuss some of the ongoing stuff in the community. So the new chairman she had some errands to run today. So I know there's a big wedding going on, so I wasn't expecting her to come. But the other members of the village council, we are urging them to step up, come up to the plate, let us know what's happening in culture, in agriculture, in sports in the community. We need to know. We need to let the people know we are a thriving community and we took the old administration out of the list. The bench warmers, not to put new bench warmers. We want to know what we're doing. Leave it more as all. So, we have nasi zere dormir les also. Fait garde pour moun operate dans village là. We want things. Write letters. Let us know. All wrote letters. 3 months pass and no response. Let us know what's going on, my people. You know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, peace and love. COVID is still around. Don't forget, stay 6 feet away. If you feel you have a cough, put a mask, isolate yourself. West the odd moon. Parce que là où regardez, if you protect yourself and your family, guess what? You get to live another day, right? But if you expose yourself to the virus, nous pas nous lever nous encore. pas bon, right? So stay safe, protect yourself. If the vaccine is in line with your health and everything else, take the vaccine. If you feel you might be compromised if you take the vaccine, but I'm still have mal take more vaccine now one more ago. So hey, it's like whenever you take more money pour more point. The first one, I do it on the right side. Deuxième one point le gauche side là, avec les épaules là, elbow, tout là vraiment. But bon c'est bon. Mon bois assez gros sous, mon bois assez cousson, assez cuit, biche bagay. Mon qui pull through. But just so all in all,
When cover can I born to live, I live in to die. See me today, see me tomorrow, and see me no more. Mon parlez
we,
vaccine you. When they can supply the rest of the world population with fresh drinking water,
okay
then
point.
I can say they care about the rest of the world. That is
We,
all for personal gain. No, I'm not involved. I am
right.
not elaborate. I too famous to die. Cody Bugla, let's see. Cody Book Saint Thomas la. Book Saint Thomas la di, I too take on the vaccine for to take on the vaccine, but I'm not taking it because I too famous to die.
We. So all my brothers and sisters of Granby, handbag is the person to vote for. The
Bro,
symbol is the ladder. Foot handbag. I know he's one of the best bus drivers in Ghana. When you're driving, he has skills. So if he can lead, if he can get things for Granby the way he driving, Granby
the issue,
will be successful.
the only thing I'm saying is
Hi
the
Emmy.
people the people need a voice. The people need a voice. They don't need a
Just hold
moo.
on. Just hold on. So Emmy said when the politicians get elected, they forget it's all about the people and not them. No matter how good they come. We Jacqueline Zakafet. And it's true.
No, that's not true because people
Just
no longer vote in reps, they vote in prime ministers.
well,
That is the
no,
issue we have today.
In Dominica, but just so when Kent Edwards was going up, I say, well, Kent Edwards was giving everybody medicine, prescription or no prescription, he was getting medicine. So I say, well, now we have the government cheese, everybody will get, but that didn't happen. That is not
But Brent,
happening.
Brent, you cannot take a
Human
square
change.
peg. You cannot take a square peg and say it's going to occupy the space of a round hole.
So some kind of the boys want to move away from the start then.
No, you say in the you take all the good apples and put it in the basket with two rotten apples.
He rotten it.
It will rot in it.
So it's on calbas, on pan pour week là then.
There you go.
We bon Dieu, papa, but so we no finish Dominic then hell.
You
So we
have to
all
have,
in Dominica
yo,
going to
listen
hell
to
in a
they
handbasket.
have a saying, that goes, tell me who your friends, I'll tell you who you are. And for that not to be true, you have to have a strong will.
Dis pas toi, muche mon camarade, mon que Deus sabe.
Of course.
So
And
nous
for
can
that not to be
célébrer,
true, you have to have a strong will.
nous can célébrer 43 ans de la dépendance la Dominique. Pays a supposé plus grand que ça. Nous supposé plus loin qu'il a nous y. 43 ans l'indépendance.
Frère, nous ka
But
viye an tan, nou ka viye an tan. Dominique pa ka louve, Pierre kal te manye.
we
Politisyen ka
ouais.
gate, se moun la ka gate plas la, eve nou pa ka avanse. Eve avanse, nou le avanse.
Erasmus,
Nou
Chebe for
sorti esklavaj,
Pamoli,
nou sorti an mize. Nou sorti an ba
avancer,
tout
nous
di fol
ka
kal pe
avancer.
3 ka. Eve apoizan ou le di nou, nou ni politisyen ka kondwi nou. Aye,
Oui,
gonom se ti widen.
Tiboy en place là.
Non,
Où c'est
man.
Rasta for la gonna be? Very bon do.
Nou bout zo eve, di misi yo alave, al soukwe sakyo la yo ven chevo yo, man.
Un bon day. Quand des
Tout
éboues
le
là.
monde a yo, tout le monde a yo bagalet avec te vevante, man. Kavini
But
ka
so c'est
kondi
just
nou ka
to.
di moun, ki sa
Right
ki
now
bo
là
ba yo.
là. C'est mon là programme qui ça ou. Si yo tire ruling government là, yo pas taper rien. Handout là yo taper avant, yo get stop taper. So c'est mon là les Turkey avec ham yo pour Noël yo. Quand yo pas kay vote am Vince, yo fou non. Si yo pas
Dan sou
vote
sa
Vince,
ka
yo pas
sitwaye,
pas Turkey ba yo. C'est mon programme. C'est même comme ça, yo ka do not bite the hands that feed you. C'est
Brent,
mon paquet moi de la mienne ka
mwen
manger.
jen ti boy, mwen jen ti boy a la video. Ando, e di polis mette handcuff an pi, eve handcuff li an le bagay, an le pes jim. And the premier bagay ka do, I really want help. Anybody out there that can help me, come and help me because they handcuffed me to them weights and I cannot move. I am a proud supporter of the Dominica Labour Party. Modi chouke weste la. Modi asani pou fè the situation sa wandi day la. What does that
Not talk.
have to do with the situation you in? You need help,
We,
my brother, you need help.
yeah, you do the crime, you save the
Why
time.
you trying to affiliate yourself with a political party thinking that is going to help you get out of the
Your
situation you're in?
freedom. We, but just to, all in all, it was a good little discussion today. So I'm hoping that our listeners take heed, and the people who are gonna be listening to the replay, they are aware that we stand for country, we stand for people working together, we stand for development. So our
Bro,
politicians after
that is my
election,
country, you know.
after
Yeah.
election, all personal views should go to the side. We should be working together for the development of the country. But ça va pas fait. Tout moun pa ka manger. All shall eat. That was the motto. That should be the motto of every government. As soon as
Some of us
election is
just not
passé,
hungry, man. That's why we do eating.
then ça va fait
That must be the excuse. He's
nous
hungry, we
parler
don't hungry.
Dominique encore. Dominique déjà. Dominique Van déjà. Mais on dit Dominique Van déjà. Oui. Yo travail pour rien. Allez, merci, nous finissons pas just to. But anyway, my people, stay blessed, stay safe, enjoy the rest of your weekend. If you are in Dominica, good evening to you. If you are in England, good morning to you. If you are in the US, good afternoon, c'est la même chose. Quand nous
Yeah, man.
célébrer 43 indépendance la Dominique, à nous manger créole, à nous parler créole, à nous boire créole, et bien nous ka célébrer indépendance nous indépendants, pour ça nous pli collés passer les nous avant. Mais nous ka jouer musique nous toujours, so moun Dominique passe à parler fort un pays à yo. Chobidi yo engagé si tellement. So you remember that track just though? Nous pas même qui parle fort un pays à nous. Ay mama,
Mm-hmm.
see me say, look, hi, Papa. So
Mm-hmm.
right there you see, and those things are coming to revelation. Right there in Gun me. Say, moun na pas a pale for un pays a you ka bay yon lot moun pale ba you. My people, thank you very much. Good evening. My name is Brent Benjamin. Ebe mon kaliz yo kouman ye. Chebe fo, pa moli, avanse nou ka avanse.
Well, mwen pa ne pou di yo, kodi goma maman, la bef la ma ya se la i ka manje.
Bon day.
Si ou mette un bef de pichete ou pa bay long chen, ou ni pou alway tous les jours, mais si ou bay long chen, ou sa ki te un jour passé avant ou alo ti pay.
Right.
So se jou sa, tout moun ni ordinate, yo ni portable, yo sa tape n'importe informasyon li, n'importe kote an la te. So si le moun pale, yo pale ekoute. Si le ou pale, ben tu pale ekoute. Eve yo ka we sa ka fet an lot peyi. An te fe wan peyi kouman moun ka dou bout. Moun ka dou bout. Pou sa yo sa ou ki bon. Sa yo sa ou ki nesesè. Sa yo sa ou ki merite. Eve zon ni la kanida ko on moun ke ba ou $2 pou gen yon listik pou voye zanfan ou l'ekol. So glosi kwe yon zanfan boujwe. On moun ke ba ou $4 pou bete a sou klete ou paske klete ou fini. Eve klete yo kayo ni bol peve air condition ka brile. Komen ani people is tend to get out of the closet. Tire tet zomb in all you but take out all your head where all your head is down.
Asabla. Tu tet yo asabla.
Put all your head back on all your neck and put all your neck back on all your shoulder
Do boot man.
and stand up. If all you want to do it for yourself, do it for all your children that come in. Paske mwen mjadi, si mwen mjadi, maman mwen papa mwen sa ou mwen ba mize la yo ya ou sa ou. Sa va ke jene mwen. Paske se la vi a yo swezi, men mwen men pa ka swezi la vi sa. I will choose to suffer by my own hands. Right now, if I face victimization for what I say and what I do, I am very happy about that because at least somebody somewhere hearing me, and they can only victimize me because they hearing me, and I believe in what I say, and I say what I believe. And if you don't believe me, it's my grandmother that tell me to say that. So I don't even worry. I don't even worry for you again.
To our
Yeah.
listeners on YouTube, thanks for viewing.
Do
For
what all you have
listeners
to do.
on
My people
Facebook,
stay blessed.
thanks for viewing.
And trust me,
Like,
we don't have no anger or no hatred in our heart.
pure love, man. Love alone,
We
man.
have love. Love for ourselves, love for all you, love for our mother country. It's just love all wrong. Yeah? But do right when
Condolences
right
to
is
the
right.
well,
Do no
just
best,
to,
do best.
let me share some condolences to some cousins in the valley. To Mary Benjamin, accept my sympathy on the passing of your auntie. Stay strong. So it's the Benjamin Thomas. She's from Delices. She's our ancestors. So we got to let her rest in peace. So stay strong. All in all, my people, one love, blessed, enjoy. If you go to church tomorrow, pray for the absentees. And if you believe in the Almighty Father, please ensure continue praying for us because we know they're gonna come. All those wahidens, they're gonna try to cast the spells on us. Pray for our well-being and our family, and also say a prayer for yourself and for prosperity in the land. Merci, bon Dieu, il pas ni rien qui dope ça, il pas ni rien qui bel plus ça, il pas ni rien. Just so you tell them play voting for the independence. I did you know.
No, but today the I was going to him and submit we.
Just today alone. Isa okay, sure. Si nou wè still nou pa ka sot la jodi just to. An nou se pou nan nou ali pou
Anyway,
nou
my people,
ali.
stay blessed. No stress. One love, right?
Play a tune
Everybody.
just to. Pull up a tune nou. Pull up Annie Panem fe ki do pesa. What's the name of it? Dominic ki do kon si wo. Si ou do pa eme Dominic, ou pa jeme bwe si wo si wo. Te mwen si ka vini la. Oui, pou vini man.
Oh, Dominica, the land of beauty.
Dominica, the land of beauty, the land of verdure and glorious sunshine, all hills and rivers of beauty plenty. I go to stay here even for a while. Here are some land so green and beautiful as we sing of your
Oriago,
mountains
City, Peru, and Manico.
of the mountains, valleys, rivers, flowers too. Of the birds that crumble, mountains in the sun. Oh yes, it is certain you're a happy man. Oh yes, it is certain you're a happy man. Land of the orange, grapefruit and mango, land of banana, the lime and cocoa. Years of gold, such beautiful flowers. You can be settled as a happy one. Here are some land, so green and beautiful, as we sing of your apple trees, Sister Rue, and Annie Blue. Of the mountains, valleys, rivers, flowers too. Of the birds that crumble, mountains in the sun. Oh yes, it is certain you're a happy man. Oh yes, it is certain you're a happy man. So bring your parents, your sons and daughters, for a vacation in Dominica, and we assure you when you return home, you say, oh yes, sir, that's the happy land. Here are some land, so green and beautiful, as we sing of your apple trees, Sister Rue, and Annie Blue. Of your mountains, valleys, rivers, flowers too. Of the birds that crumble, mountains in the sun. Oh yes, it is certain you're a happy man. Oh yes,
Oh,
it
yes,
is
my people, it is certain. It is absolutely certain, 100%
oh yes,
that
it is certain.
Dominica, there is a happy land. And those of all you who don't know that it is a happy land, or there is an happy land, or you should have raised up in Laos and Victoria, and all you would have know that it is a happy land.
Hi,
Coconut
just
and
hi Jonathan.
mango,
Hi Davidson. Hi
Jojo
Jeff.
and Quapo.
What's up, Chris? Big up. Thanks for coming in.
We had
You
all
guys
of
join
that.
at the
We
end of the
brought up
show.
all of that.
Yeah.
Kuibish and Siwik, Manik Wanguti, Cochon Marron, Cochon Planche. All of that. We had
What about
that.
laser now? Relax.
Laser,
Yes, man. Good times.
Shatu.
But just to
All the
let's live.
expensive, exotic foods people have overseas, enjoying, thinking they live in a luxurious life. That was the life of an islander, country islander. That is what we used to have. And they had to tell me, oh, $30 for a lobster tail. And 10 pounds for king prawns. No, leave that where it is. When I go back home, I will go and find it myself. And I'll give my brethren to them the money for it instead. No. Anyway, I love my people. I love my people.
Always. You can't stop loving your people, you need us to. We can't stop loving our people, you know.
And I love all you
We
so
have
much.
to
I'm going to say
continue
good
loving
night
our
and
people.
goodbye.
We have to continue loving our. We can't live without giving them a little thing.
Após isso, vou dar um presente. Sim. What do you think is that? What do you think is that dress? That is heel and toe, that is so cute. That is Mazu.
Mom, I'm going to see you, man.
That is the entrance music, man.
Yeah, that entrance music. It can come in or going out, you know. They either or.
Yeah.
But you can go out, so you can buy your going out music. You can going out. That's super way you can go to you can buy your leave. You can picture you, man. You can picture you.
Alex, você ideia, mano. Alex, você ideia, mano. Revelação, o carro. Good times, bro. Good times.